There we go. Alright. Hey. Those edibles hitting you like a ton of bricks yet? Talk of the salty taco, the salty tacos. He's back. I is back. Wasn't going anywhere. Honestly, I was a little out of it today. I was just kind of sleepy and just kind of taking it easy. Like, honestly, I don't know what it was for today, but I was just, like, kind of zonked out and just kind of in the vibe. Where I was just, like, it's kind of chilling, for the most part. And around, like, 8, I was like, damn, you know, really fucking hungry. But then I took a nap. Then I woke up and I'm like, oh, shit, you know what? I'm still really hungry. So I got a bunch of, pizzas. Yeah, I got my sleep on a little bit today. There we go. Cool. A lot of savior, Saint Ignatius Maximus. Saint Ignatius Maximus Draconius. Actually, maybe not Draconius. That sounds a little too close to Draconian. I don't want to be that guy, so. Ignatius Maximus Augustus. Something else, I don't know. Just thinking of some other random, like, Roman name. Byzantius? I don't know if that's a name, but it is now. What's my dog went on, there's a Pope Hilarious. Oh, Pope Hilarious? Actually, you know what, I think I'm familiar with that one. I don't really know too much about that one, but I just know the name. Good little dog. Dog went on a little adventure earlier today, too. I didn't even realize it. I thought I was hanging out in here the entire time, but he ended up just exploring up and down the street the entire time. But then I heard him bark outside, and I just went, what the fuck? And I went out, you know, because as soon as I realized it wasn't here, I started looking for him, and I heard him bark outside. And one of the neighbors was like, oh, that's your dog, right? And I'm like, yeah, I thought he was in the garage with me. He's like, oh, yeah, he was just up the, you know, down our dead-end street over here. And I was like, oh, well, at least he's down there. And I kind of figured that's, you know, where he'd go explore if he decided to go sneak outside. And, yeah, that's what he was doing. Being a butt. You know what, just because I feel like he is there, but I just don't know if he's making noise or not. Oh, yeah, you're there. You left your light over here. Your light's not on. Yeah, he's over there. I did leave his light. Spreading his love of the hood, soliciting for scritches from his neighbors. Yeah, probably. That or taking dumps in their gardens or something. Which is certainly a strong possibility. Still over there. Good lord. At least he's just like right next to the door this time. Or he's just hanging out. Which is actually surprising because the gate was open. I made sure to at least kind of close it up real quick. Oh, and I took him for a fat walk and around at my old elementary school to go play fetch, and he utterly destroyed his fucking ball. Look at this. His ball is annihilated. Just obliterated. And this is all him, too. Like, I was just, I mean, this thing's been through many tosses and smacks up against buildings and shit, and it's been fine. He decided to say, fuck this bitch, and just destroy and annihilate the hell out of this. And he actually kind of snarled at me for the first time, too, about that. I was trying to get the ball out of his mouth, and he went, like, he did that to me. He had, like, you know, this little, like, had this, like, little dirty look on. Now it's just like, Zukov. I'm like, dang, someone's getting a little possessive. He didn't get, like, actually aggressive, but he got a little possessive, though. He was like, it's my ball. Here, I know, Bennett wanted me to check something out first. He was very adamant as I meant me want to check this out. So, here, let's see. Might as well get to it. Here, let's see. There it is. MAGA voters give their thoughts on paid family leave. Which I can only imagine is, just fun. Oh, YouTube, you're not gonna full screen, you bitch. Alright, hold on. Alright, I gotta do this bullshit real quick, because YouTube wants to suck. YouTube wants to suck. Bam. Have to do this really quick. There we go. Blop. Blop. That should fix it, I think. It did. Yay. Screen. Boom. It's about being boom.
So, as we discussed,
You're quiet, Kyle. Why is quiet like so quiet in comparison to so many other people that make videos?
Michael Shore went to a Trump rally and interviewed a bunch of MAGA supporters, and this one's really interesting. So, he's going to ask them about the policy of paid family leave, and you may be surprised by some of their reactions. Let's listen.
How do you feel about paid family leave?
I think there should be more of it, especially during like pregnancies and maternity leaves, things like that. Yeah, definitely. Well, speaking of Trump's...
Well, huh. Well, that's at least the first lady. I mean, she's a woman, so I have a very strong feeling that probably has a, strong role on her position about that. Based, honestly, yeah. She's saying, yeah, there should be some more. Like, I think we ought to have more of that. So, yeah, I would agree. And why is this turfy bitch on my screen?
At a Trump rally in South Dakota, the majority of people who were willing to speak to our very own Michael
Zukov, I know. Her voice is very annoying.
seem to be very supportive of the idea of paid family leave, which is...
Oh my god, Zukov is actually barking, like, more specifically when she starts talking. Oh my god, is he actually annoyed by her voice? Zukov, buddy. Hey, dude, come here. Are you actually annoyed by that? Oh my god, come here, buddy. Come here. Here. Yeah, oh, you stretchy boy. Oh, you big stretch. Oh, look at you stretching. She looked like she just got out of the shower. She kind of did. I had to wash all the leftism and progressivism off of me, so, because they freaked out because I thought that, you know, like, calling someone pregnant person was offensive or something. Honestly, she's kind of fallen off the deep end, but frankly, I never really liked her in the first place.
Considering the economic...
Plus, she's got, like, a very hardcore anti-homeless attitude. Like, she's gone on some really pretty gross-ass rants. That left-wing stink. Yeah, she's like, I need to get some of this, like, you know, left-wing stink off me. I'll keep some of it on, but, you know, like, I need to get some of this off, though.
List message, which is pretty much a facade that Donald Trump likes to champion during his campaigns. So let's take a look at more of the answers that we got from these Trump supporters, and then we'll give you more details on what others have to say.
Paid family medical leave. Where do you stand on that?
Oh my fucking god, hold on. Look at this guy's hat, dude. He's throwing a cowboy hat with an Air Force logo on it. That's new. That's a first. Dude, you know what? I will grant, you know, some of these MAGA chuds this. Like, they got some weird drip that I sometimes kind of vibe with a little bit. I kind of dig this hat. Just the hat itself. Like, you know, take everything else about this guy and it's like, oh, guy, what the fuck you doing with your wardrobe nightmare? I kind of dig the hat, though. Hat's kind of cool. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, every now and then, you know, some of these guys will, like, you know, have a random-ass hat that just kind of throws me off. I'm like, oh, shit, okay. You know, all things considered, actually ain't necessarily a bad hat.
I'm all for it. I think it's important. You know, I raised my kids without it. I was self-employed, so I had to go to work every day. But I do definitely support paid family leave. Do you?
Well, and here's oh god, okay. Well, then you get a guy with a hat like this, and it is an abomination. This is a abomination of a fucking hat. Oh my god. I like his shirt. This guy's doing the opposite. Like, the other dude, bad shirt, cool hat. This guy, horrible hat, cool shirt. The same sunglasses, though. Like, those are, like, the exact same fucking sunglasses, dude. Oh my god. Like, do they all wear the same, like, Oakleys or something? Like, oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, one thing I will notice, though, is that, I mean, even with this guy saying it's like, hey, I didn't have, you know, like, parental family leave when I was raising kids and shit. And, you know what, it's like, you know, like, hey, I still think it's important, I still think, you know, people should have it. Like, at least, you know, like, he's not even necessarily doing the whole, what? He's not even really necessarily doing, like, the whole bootstraps thing, which, I mean, I'm sure he would with a lot of other stuff, but, what? But at least when it comes to this, not really. What the fuck is your deal? I mean, you got, what, you just need, like, your water refilled? I mean, you got some in there. What is it? Oh, you need some food here, too? I mean, you got a little bit, but not a lot. Oh, are you just upset that you got, like, low food here? You're just like, there's not enough. What the fuck? So what's happening? There you go. There you go. I guess that must have been it. Man, you are a strange one, you know that? Certainly a strange one.
I do definitely support paid family leave.
Do you have an opinion on paid family leave, whether the government should help people out when they have medical reasons not to be at work?
Depends on what it is. What kind of medical reason? Where did it come from? Did it come from...
Like, what the hell? Why does it have to be specific? Like, okay.
What?
Well, work or catastrophic health emergencies, you know, paternal leave, maternal leave, things like that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I guess that's okay. Like, he was like, hold on, you said government assistance, what do you mean? And then he specified, it's like, yeah, that's okay, I guess. I mean, dude, it's so weird that these guys will, like, always be against shit like this. But when you actually break it down to them and be like, hey, you know, do you support it? They're like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think we should have some more of that. Yeah. They never, like... It's like they don't realize, like, you know, the motherfuckers that, like, they vote for are fundamentally against this type of shit and openly, like, shit on it.
What do you think of paid family leave?
I like it. I that's where I think this populist realignment is coming from. Like that, I think the pro-worker is the future of the GOP, of like MAGA. It's almost like a third party in the GOP that's trying to...
Huh? Whoa, that's new. I've never heard this take before. I mean, I've heard of the, like, oh, the working man needs to take the GOP back, because that's like a Tea Party thing. Like, he's kind of going to, like, Tea Party era shit almost with this. It kind of feels like, oh, god damn it. What, you're not fully charged? I need to charge my phone too, bitch. I don't have to run in my room. Okay, I'll make that last. But at least, like, I mean, I feel like this guy's kind of like taking, some stuff from the Tea Party and it's just kind of like using it in a way. At least when it comes to like the takes here. But it's at least a little bit, new to me. I haven't heard it the way he mentioned it like that. But at least, having like a very overt kind of like pro-labor, like, buzzword messaging when it comes to this, that's kind of new. Though I think, actually, if anything, that should be kind of like a note, from the left to take a little bit, I think. Because, like, if him saying something like that, it kind of shows that this whole, like, pro-worker, pro-labor door is way more open than we like to kind of give it credit for. And with that in mind, it means that these, like, I feel like, especially for a guy like this, you might generally be able to be, like, deconverted in a way, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, those type of doors and opportunities and shit, I think, we can potentially at least, bleed away, a lot of this, like, extremism, that comes from the far right side. Because I definitely feel like this guy is not really as far right as, he thinks he is. You know what I mean? Like, he's saying some pretty pro-labor type of stuff, and if anything, trying to say that, oh, we're going to use this as a way to co-opt the party. And it's like, I mean, one, I wish, and two, I mean, that was attempted before, and it failed. Like, because all of them decided to become rich, goody-two-shoe little fuckwits, too, just like the rest of them. So, I mean, it's a little futile attempt. That's why it should be converted one over, instead of futilely, like, endlessly trying to, like, roll this fucking boulder up the GOP hill that will never be achieved.
And done paid family leave, who has? The Democrats in Minnesota. And it may even be Democrats in other states at the state level have done paid family leave.
Yeah.
So
I know, I'm pretty sure Oregon's got paid parental leave as well. I think. If not, I know that at least, for a union contract, it does have some of it. It's not really that much. I think it's like, only like a month or two or something like that. It really isn't even that much at all. It's pretty piss poor, to be fucking frank, if it is. But, I mean, all in all, like, the whole idea of just having some form of, like, parental leave just in general is still, like, fundamentally a good thing. And, it just needs to be the case. Not, like, fucking 4 weeks or something, but, like, 4 months at minimal.
Guy gets under my skin. But anyway, let's see if there's any more. Okay.
Really should be a year.
I think they go on to show, like, one or two... Let me see if I can find it. Yes, I think they found 2 people who were against it, so let's listen to them.
Paid family leave.
I don't think the government should provide everything for everybody.
Well, what about?
That's different from parental leave, though. Like, everything is not the same thing, as parental leave. Because also that isn't for everybody. Like, paid parental leave is for parents. Not, just everybody. Like, I mean, dude, she heard government and her, like, mind immediately went, oh, socialism, government just hands out stuff for everybody. She just heard that word and just immediately went, like, no. Like, everyone else, like, kind of was willing to, at least other people from prior were at least willing to, like, hear out what they were saying. Besides the old dude with his ridiculous shitty hat. Like, that guy was like, well, hold on, what are we talking about here? But when he explained it, was like, oh, yeah, it's okay. He still ended up being won over, actually pretty easily. So it's just like, I mean, they're willing to hear it out, despite the buzzword of government, handing, parental leave out to people or whatever. I mean, so, like, and also, like I said, that's not everybody. So, like, what about just parents, that just recently became a parent? Like, what about that? That's not everybody, and that's not just giving away shit. That's helping solidify, the future generation by making sure that they're well taken care of. Like, that should be a fucking obligation of the government and the state, honestly.
Specifically.
That's up to the businesses, in my opinion.
Does that even need to be responded with anything? Like, yeah, let the fat cat bosses, just like dictate, if you should get parental leave if you had a kid or not. Yeah, which, by the way, they're not going to do that. They're going to be like, hey, oh yeah, you just had a kid? Well, guess what? Your shift starts in like 30 minutes. Are you coming in or not? Because if not, we might have to release you and terminate you. It's like, I just gave birth. Like, no. Like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit. Insanity. Like, it's good lord. Oh boy, now we're starting to get into it. Man, I was hoping it would be like some weird like old dude, you know, saying some shit like that, but no, it's
On the issue of paid family leave.
Well, you know what? I took advantage of it when I was raising my kids, but I don't think anyone else should have it, because fuck them. Like, I guarantee it's gonna be some shit like that. What the fuck was that long-ass sigh? Ay. Oh, God. This answer's gonna be cringe.
I'm not in. As it stands right now, it's just another handout that defeats the purpose of business.
All right, so...
Wait, well, like, how? I mean, I'm shocked how many of them seem somewhat reasonable than the rest are batshit. Dude, this has always been my biggest fucking pet peeve about conservatives and the far right, dude. Like, on certain little things, they actually do sound fairly reasonable on certain shit sometimes. But then you, like, you know, then they are allowed to basically explain themselves, and then it goes batshit insane from there. I mean, in this case, it's just different people. So, you know, I would imagine at least, you know, to a certain degree, like, the somewhat reasonable takes, you know, those people are probably at least more reasonable. At least, you know, the younger guy. You know, but, you know, like, that, no. They're insane. Which, honestly, I think shows, like, a very stark difference, you know, honestly. Because how much I want to bet that, like, those two people are, like, straight up, like, like, disenfranchised millionaires that are trying to work their way up to the top or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, you're trying to be the millionaire and shit. I guarantee you they're, like, some weird small business yokel like that. And, you know, and that's probably why they have that strong position, because, like, you know, like, Stacy, you know, from the diner, you know, called in because she, you know, like, you know, had a child at the hospital, but it's like, well, hey, guess what? No one's on shift, you know, for today, and you're the only one on. Can you come in, please? Like, how dare you? It's like, you should have thought about that before, you know, letting them, you know, like, nutting you. Like, how, like, what the fuck? It's like, I mean, to be some shit like that, dude, I guarantee it. Which also, those type of people are just fucking shitty fucking parasites, honestly. Like, fuck those type of people. It's like, oh, hey, you got a severe illness? Oh, you're in the hospital for some reason? Oh, you just had a child? Or something like that? Well, hey, guess what? Your shift starts tomorrow. You coming in? It's like, the fuck do you mean? No! It's like, holy fuck. Like, that shit really pisses me off. I mean, it happens in the major mega corporate world, too, to an extent as well, but, I mean, nowhere near as much. It's just more of like, you know, make sure you're on time for a shift. That's kind of where that goes into. But, like, with this shit, it's because they literally think they should own you, basically. Well, the mega corporations do too, but, I mean, they're just a lot more streamlined and are a lot more detached to it, so they don't really care as much. But in the small business world, like, there's a lot more of a personalization that, like, you know, those fat cats think they're obligated to, like, you know, basically be a part of your life in some fucking way, and pretty much make, you know, the work your life. Like, not all of them are like that, but holy shit, the ones that are fucking parasites as fuck, like, parasitical as fuck, dude. Just utterly. Cons. It's a piece of shit. Yeah, the way he doesn't do anything to help working. Man followed man allowing all these fucking immigrants in the country. What happened to America first? It's just like, I mean, it's like, what?
Breakdown there. Look, a majority of these voters were in favor of paid family leave. So what's my takeaway from this? My takeaway is what I just said in the previous segment, which is among Republican voters, you're going to find some crossover on some economically populist issues. Minimum wage is one. Paid family leave is clearly another. There's a litany of economically left positions that even Republican voters support, and basically all Democratic voters support. That's a good thing. Here's the problem. The problem is every single elected Republican is against it.
That, and some of them voters are also conditioned enough into believing that same shit too. So they're also batshit insane just like them.
Literally everyone. Now, there's a handful of Democratic...
It's like they're so close to a base take, but then they veer off into a brick wall, and it's so disappointing. Like, I've beaten it like a dead horse, but that's why, these, conservatives and anyone, like, right of that, annoy the utter living fuck out of me. Even centrists, too, because they, have the same fucking thing. it's like they might have like an almost space take, and then it's like they veer off course in some weird cockamamie like Wawa land, and it's like, where in the fuck did you go? It's like, what? Like, I mean, I remember the Walter Madison thing where they're at Fulton County in jail, and some of them were actually making some weird anti-cop takes, but then, like, if you just listen to them just a little bit more, they just suddenly go batshit insane with the take, and it's like, oh my god, you were so close to being on the ball, but then you just, like, veered off course and just went into Wawa land with it. It's like, holy fuck. It's so annoying. Like, and it's definitely one of the things that makes it kind of hard, I think, to have, like, the attempt to try to, like, you know, build the bridges where there is, you know, an opportunity to try to kind of, like, you know, pull them over with a take that they're really close with and shit. But you know, it obviously just requires the patience of a fucking saint, you know, and, I mean, in real life circumstance, you know, if I'm talking to some rando or something like that, like, I mean, I definitely would, you know, way more so, but, I mean, it's definitely challenging, because, like, you also don't want to necessarily, like, you know, try to, like, you know, I don't know, like, you know, be aggressive, or, like, have this sense of aggression, you know, or, you know, like, build up in a conversation where it doesn't necessarily need to be. Like, because you don't want to let that, you know, kind of ruin a potential opportunity to maybe make them, like, you know, think about, you know, these type of things, you know, for a second. Be like, hey, you know, maybe there might be a thing here and there that I think you definitely got a point with, which is why I think these things, maybe you could think about that a little bit. And just let them just let the seed be planted, and, you know, and, like, and more often than not, they usually end up coming to that same conclusion. You know, you kind of have to let them figure it out on their own in a way. Because especially if conservatives are all about, like, yeah, I know how things are, and I figure shit out, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, they're very, like, individualists, you know, when it comes to that shit, as much as they're a fucking hive mind about a lot of things. So, it's like, I mean, you know, it's like one of those things, you know, like, where, you know, you have to kind of let them figure it out in a way, because they have that weird, like, you know, push up, bootstrap, individualist, like, fucking, like, handle it on your own type of mentality, that, you know, you kind of, you can't really just, like, make them, you know, think that. I mean, sometimes they're, you know, like, able to be, you know, convinced, you know, in that way, but most of them are not really necessarily going to vibe with that. And also, another thing is, like, you gotta, like, you know, understand, too, that they're gonna be a little edgelords, and they're gonna probably say some stupid shit, or some edgy shit, or, frankly, maybe even some mildly offensive shit. I've heard some pretty ridiculous offensive shit before, with having back and forth with, you know, conservative people before. I mean, but my first thing is like, oh my god, how dare you? I'd be like, oh, okay. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be, you know, thinking that, because blah, 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 you know, and having back and forth, but I want to, like, immediately, you know, go to, like, you're canceled, you know, type of thing, because, you know, especially if a lot of them, they already have this mindset of, like, oh, everyone's super hypersensitive, which, I mean, there's a reason why we should be sensitive about shit like this, of course, but, I mean, to get them away from that type of, like, you know, bigoted mindset, you can't just, like, you know, just, you know, shut them off to the point where there's just gonna be a fucking wall. Like, I mean, you have to be like, hey, you know, probably not cool, you know, and just, like, you know, be chill with it. I mean, obviously, if they're being an overt bigoted fucking asshole, just being like, yeah, fuck you, you're offended, and then, you know, well, fuck them. I mean, plenty of times where it's merited that they probably deserve a tune-up and shit. But, I mean, more often than not, they're probably just not realizing that they're being bigoted. You know, so that, you know, and are just immediately not willing to necessarily, you know, think about that because, you know, oh, you know, people are sensitive and people woke, blah, 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 you know, whatever fucking mindset they've been conditioned to think. From whatever, like, conservative commentary that they might happen to listen to. The sun is a Nazi thing. I wasn't aware of this till now. Well, there is, like, a Slavic and Norse/Celtic runes and Germanic runes and stuff that are known as, like, the sun or, like, the black sun. It's more common in Slavic, and yes, it is kind of a, more of, like, a pan-Slavic Nazi symbol. Last link. Yeah, wait, hold on. Yeah, hold on. I guess I'll check this out really quick. Begging for people like this, get a grip on reality and practice compassion. Huh? This is my female. Sun emojis are literally racist, but okay. My sun emojis from my friend Eden Knight. No other reason. I actually exposed racism on my account because I... then why the fuck do you have a Nazi sun in your nickname? This is sun to represent the loss of my friend. That's not representing... Like... Multiple people said it's uncomfortable? What, you? You're just one person, like, and they blocked him. What a fucking moron. We should not allow loser Nazis to take the symbolism of the entire fucking sun. I mean, yeah. Like, because the thing is, like, here, I can pull it up, because I think, the thing is, Ben Phobic, this fucking moron, like, because that's who they are, honestly. They're just straight up the fucking moron. Like, but here's the thing, though. Like, hold on. Let me pull up Google. They're probably referring to this. I just need to pull it up. Sun Rune. Images. Let's see. Okay, hold on, let me, okay, you know what, okay, so I looked up Sun Rune specifically, and this is what comes up. This. Which is, you know, in, like, Younger Thuthark and Elder Thuthark, I mean, you can kind of see where, like, the SS logo is there a little bit, where the SS did adopt this. But that's kind of the thing. Like, it's literally a part of, like, a runic language of, like, you know, Pro-Germanic, Old Norse and shit like that, and they appropriate it for Nazism. But the thing is, it's not literally a sun. Like, straight up. I mean, there's probably some variants. Yeah, there's different variants, but they're basically just, for the most part, just kind of squigglies. Outside of the Younger Futhark, which that is a little bit more akin towards, like, you know, like the lightning bolt from the SS logo. But if that's the case, then they're totally off base. And what they're probably actually, you know, thinking of is, I think it's called the Black Sun. Yeah. Here it is. This. She's probably thinking of this. Which, this has certainly been adopted. In fact, it's literally kind of the first shit. It's literally a neo-Nazi symbol. This is probably what she's referring to, and this is overtly developed by the Nazis. And ever since, different neo-Nazi groups. Like, this is Heinrich Himmler's baby. So, they're probably referring to this, but if that's the case, then they're still off base and still don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They generally don't know what they're talking about. They're an idiot. Like, the Sun Rune, or, like, you know, being used by Nazis is not what she thinks it is. And also, like, the actual, like, you know, Black Sun rune is, you know, not a sun. It actually is more reminiscent of, like, a clock or something. And a wheel. Like, it's more, like, reminiscent of, like, a wheel. It's unknown whether the design had a name or held any particular significance. Its association with the occult originates with 91, a German novel, Dice for Son von Daichi Lumpfo. The EDL is knows that the symbol is popular with white spread. Well, duh. But you want to know where it is? You want to know where the first use of the rune is? It's literally in this fucking... It's like a mosaic here on the floor. And Heinrich Himmler had this installed and built in here. And he basically had it as like a neo-Nazi, well, not neo-Nazi at the time, but like a Nazi, like, kind of ritualistic cult, you know, fucking room, basically. It was, the place is Wewelsburg. I mean, it became known as the Black Sun, with the first depiction in the Wewelsburg mosaic in 1933 when Heinrich Himmler, the head SS, acquired Wewelsburg, a castle near Paderborn, in the German Westphalia. Himmler intended to make the building into the center for the SS. Between 1936 and 1942, Himmler ordered the building expanded, rebuilt for ceremonial purposes, for basically Aryan mysticism and neo-Nazi occultic purposes, basically. Well, I keep saying neo-Nazi, but you get the fucking point. Wewelsburg's mosaic was composed of 12 dark green radically overlaid sig runes, such as those employed in the logo of the SS on the white marble floor of the structure's north tower, known as General's Hall of Gruppenführerschule. The intended significance of the image remains unknown. The scholar suggested the artist may have found inspiration from motifs found in decorative Merovingian period discs from Central Europe, which have suggested to be representing the sun or is passing through the year. So, that symbol certainly has its origins in Nazism, strictly. But, I mean, when it comes to, like, sun runes, just in general, it's not even close to that. I mean, the SS appropriated for, like, the SS logo because it's basically two sun runes, right next to each other to symbolize those, like, lightning bolt looking features it has. But nonetheless, I mean, it's all basically just, like, stealing and appropriating and just, like, bastardizing, Germanic, like, paganistic culture and shit like that. I mean, that's basically just what the Nazis have done. They have bastardized a lot of, like, Old Norse and, like, Old Germanic runic language and shit and symbolism for their own nefarious fucking evil shit. And now, like, you got fucking morons who will, like, look at the sun emoji and be like, that's a Nazi symbol! It's like, you fuck. You actual idiots. Like, god damn it. I just can't go out and concentrate and be all like, barely a tough, but then when they're like, oh no, milkshakes, whatever shall we do? It's for real. Or if you, like, make fun of them just ever so slightly about, like, just any little thing. It's like, man, you seem a little offended that people, happen to be gay kids. It's like, well, what the thing? I mean, it's just all... And, like, they all freak the fuck out immediately. Which... not surprised. It's kind of just how they roll. Here. Actually, was there anything else on that Kyle video? It doesn't look like it. Looks like it's just kind of him talking. I think I said what I had to say about that. I'm not offended. I don't watch gay porn. I mean, what? I don't do that at all. Here. I'll try to find a little something fun to do down here. Damn it. Well, you know what? We could just kind of look at more Kyle shit. See what other little Kyle shit's going on here. I just asked what pizza toppings you want. Are you okay? It's like, what the fuck? I only asked if you want, like, pepperoni on it or not. I mean, damn. I was just wondering if you wanted the all meat. I guess not. Here. Fetterman mocks Biden impeachment.
Okay.
So what? Oh, you know what? I think I saw this on the public freakout. Here. Yeah, well, I'll try to, if I will skip right to the clip. The kind of Senator dares Republicans to impeach Biden are gonna lose. Yeah, because it really isn't, like, there isn't any merit to it. There just isn't. Hey, you like sausage on your pizza? What are you trying to say, I'm gay, huh? Huh? I don't want none of that gay shit all up in here. You know what, honestly, you reminded me of this public freakout video that I saw. And, I mean, it was honestly just, like, a hate crime, basically. Like, there's a dude that, like the context of why it happened wasn't really there, but there was, like, a dude that, like, said, I basically was like, hey, you're kind of a handsome dude, or whatever, just kind of giving a compliment or something. And it's like, what's that fucking gay shit, bro? You know, faggot, and basically literally just started beating his ass when he looked away. It's like, ain't no bitch, why don't we just get the fuck out of here or whatever? And he turned around, and then he just, like, clocked him and just started, like literally, like, obliterating his ass. Like, by just, like, smacking him down, and then, like, smacked him up against, like, an ATM machine, and he's like, I ain't about that gay shit, you fucking bitch. What did I say? I ain't about that gay shit, you fuck. And just, like, walked off. And the dude, like, got up, stumbled around, like, what the fuck? And just kind of wandered off in a different direction and left the store, too. And I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, you know, that dude who's like, about that girl shit. It's like, yeah, you probably suck the most amount of dicks in your friend group, too. Like, which, I mean, it's just fucking pathetic. It's like, oh my god, if you react that much over a compliment like that, then you absolutely are thinking about blowing all your friends and having them blast your booty 8,000 ways till Sunday until your ass is nothing more than a cream pie, like, you know, like creme brulee or whatever the fuck. Like, I should have been like, I see it in your eyes, don't deny it. Well, that probably would have gotten more of a beatdown, unfortunately. Oh, and I also saw a transphobic fucking thing where, like, actually, hold on, we'll look at some of these, you know, on Bubba Freakout, actually, a little later, and I'll save it.
Yes, watch this.
Ask you about this news that Speaker McCarthy has formally launched an impeachment, or has said he's going to...
Dude, look at this, oh my god, I love this. Dude, I love what Fetterman's doing here, so... he has, like, this Picard, like, vibe going on, but he's just, like, a giant while doing so.
God, really? Oh my gosh, you know, oh, it's devastating. Ooh, don't do it.
Oh my god, based. Dude, that's how you should totally respond to that shit. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, Fetterman. I'm so glad that, you know, he's in there. Oh my god, that was great. I'm still wondering what the hell he's doing with the mustache thing. That has thrown me off, you know, but you know what? I'm starting to kind of like it a little bit. I mean, he's unrecognizable, but, you know, I mean, I only recognize him because of how much of a fucking unit he is, so, I mean, I'm honestly surprised, because if this guy is, like, by his shoulders standing up, I mean, this guy has to be tall, too, because I've seen pictures of this guy just, like, with, like, average-sized people, or, like, you know, people are, like, 5'11", even, and he just towers over him, dude, like, utterly, so it's like, that guy must be tall, too. It's like, damn. Like, he only wants the tall, you know, club on this one. He wants the Mile High club, you know, when it comes to people, you know, operating with him. He doesn't want to have to, like, literally do this when talking to people. It's like, yeah, how you doing?
Oh, no.
We gotta run back to the office, but,
I just like it. He's just like, alright, I'm just gonna, you know, like a giant walk away. You know, be like, oh, I'm so scared. Ooh. Alright, I'm back to my business. Boom, 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 boom. Just like walking off, not giving a fuck, dude. I love it. Dude, Fetterman's awesome, man. I like him. I mean, I know he's got, you know, maybe some questionable takes about Israel and stuff, but I mean, whatever. I mean, you know, like, honestly, I'm pretty sure that was just kind of a way to undermine, you know, any potential backlash, you know, that, you know, AIPAC might do to him. Be like, oh, he's the anti-Semite, he's a Nazi secret. So, I feel like it was probably more for that, because, honestly, when's the last time you heard anything about him say anything about that, right? Like, I mean, he's pretty much been pretty tight-lipped about his takes on that ever since, so, I mean, I kind of have a hunch he was only really doing that just to kind of keep AIPAC from fucking on him for no reason. I mean, he kind of sees what, you know, he kind of saw what happened, and still is seeing what, you know, happens with Omar, for example, because she's so unequivocally unapologetic about it, you know, Israel, you know, rightfully so, and she gets, like, basically lambasted every fucking second that she's, like, a secret, like, anti-Semitic, like, Muslim Nazi or some shit. It's just, like, what the fuck? Like, it's genuinely, I think, fucking offensive, honestly, to be, you know, they're just like, oh, yeah, she's an anti-Semitic, like, secret, you know, Muslim extremist or some shit. It's like, fucking what? It's like genuinely fucking just like comically like racist and don't even fucking realize it. It's like, good lord.
This news
one more
that
time.
Speaker McCarthy has formally...
Let's do it one more. You know what? Yeah, let's do one more.
Has said he's going to...
Oh my god, really? Oh my gosh, you know.
Oh no!
It's devastating.
Oh!
Ooh, don't do it. Please, don't do it. Oh no, oh no.
So look, again, I'm gonna...
Whoa. Hi, Kyle. I do admit, though, it's pretty fucking funny.
How can he be so arrogant about this? It's very simple. He knows as a matter of fact.
It's bullshit.
Under a best case scenario, okay, you do your little inquiry, you decide on actually having a vote for impeachment. Best case scenario, it gets through the House. Even that's a coin flip, right? But then it is guaranteed to die in the Senate. And you'll have all these headlines exonerating Joe Biden. Which
basically
would be to a bump for Joe Biden. It's the Democrats, the left...
I mean, if anything, it would actually, yeah, kind of improve, you know, his view. It's like, oh, see, like, they couldn't actually, like, get it all the way through because there's some bullshit and blah, blah, blah. I mean, the Republicans will have their fucking little, like, heyday about it. Be like, oh my god, this is exceptions, and this is what the Democrats do. They can just, like, stop any fucking proceeding. I mean, they do this all the fucking time anyway, so it's not new understand with them. But, like, I mean, they certainly are going to, like, pretty much just, like, help Biden unintentionally with that shit, frankly. Because isn't it just basically about Hunter Biden's dick? And him smoking crack once? Is that pretty much just, like, what that is about? And the laptop? Is it really, like, because if I remember, I'm pretty sure that's pretty much, like, what most of that shit's about. Unless they gave up on that and now are trying to go over some other shit. But I'm pretty sure it's still that.
Fractured. They're always at each other's throats. Everybody gets along. But if you wanted to find a way to rally the troops, guess what? You just found it. You just found it. And just to be clear, all of these Republicans are admitting, even on Fox News, they're admitting, look, I gotta keep it real, the evidence is not there right now. It's not there.
Well, right now, like, I mean, because they want to try to find anything, that they just want more time so they can just have, like, the drop. Like the breaking news, the breaking, and all that shit. The leaked info, or whatever. Like, I mean, they're waiting for that. They're trying to see if they make him potentially, like, bribe an insider to, like, flip or something, Like, that's what they're waiting for, and I think at least some of the more calculative ones that are saying shit like that are kind of like, maybe we should, like, try to do some bribery and some backroom deal stuff first before we just jump the gun, and the other ones are just like, no! Fuck this piece of shit! So, like, a lot of them are just really reactionary about it and not really being as calculative as, like, a lot of the old guard are. I mean, because that's really what it is. Like, a lot of the old guard, I feel like, are kind of a little more, like, standoffish about shit like this. Because they want to, like, have some scandal to help boost their fucking odds and chances and shit. Like, like, because that tends to happen a lot. Like, you try to have, like, some random little scandal of, Obama, for pretty much, like, every other fucking day. And, I mean, same thing with any other, Republican candidate, too, or Republican president as well. I mean, granted, at least, with genuine merit for the most part. I mean, because there's, like, a litany with Trump, there's a bunch with fucking Bush. I mean, hell, there's even some of, Clinton, too, of course, so it's like, this shit isn't anything, like, anything new. It's just that, like, the old guard tend to be more calculative about these things because, it can kind of work more in their favor if played right. Because, like, the whole Monica Lewinsky scandal thing, for example, like, I mean, it didn't, it kind of maybe worked in both ways, I feel like. It was kind of a double-edged sword. It kind of worked a little bit, but not for everybody. Because for some people, it's like, whatever, who cares? And some people are probably like, oh, nice, cool. But a lot of people are like, oh my god, this is not how the decorum of the president should be. But then it's like, you had fucking Kennedy, okay? Like, I mean, I don't think there's, like, any merit for that argument. So I was like, shut up.
Because, look, everybody knows, and Democrats have admitted this. Hunter's corrupt. Hunter's corrupt. He's selling sham art for ridiculous dollar figures.
I mean, if that's the worst that he's doing outside of, like, getting foot jobs by prostitutes and smoking crack and shit, I mean, Hunter's corruption isn't really that bad in comparison to, like, the rest of them, okay? Like, I'm willing to kind of give Hunter somewhat of a pass. He's just kind of like the sleazeball, like, fucking, I'm just kind of like a, horny, drug-addicted fucking, rich guy corrupt. Like, I mean, he's only there for the party and shit, you know what I mean? He's corrupt for the parties. Like, you don't really give a fuck about anything else. Like, that's kind of how I view Hunter a little bit, and whatever. Let's kind of grant a little bit of a pass. Like, I'm willing to give, like, party corruption in the sense of, like, they like to go to parties and maybe do some drugs and fuck and shit, like, and have a weird little orgy or something, whatever. Yeah, I'll grant that. I'll grant the pass to that. It's like, oh, they use a little bit of money to, fund a weird business sex orgy or something. Okay, big whoop. I could give a little pass to some stuff like that. But, I mean, it's everything else I have an issue with. Because, frankly, like, if I was in politics and I had an easy way to get into some weird, like, BDSM orgy thing, then what, you don't think I'm gonna say yeah? Of course I will.
Pay to...
I mean, as long as it's 21 and up, I don't play around with anything beyond that. Fuck that shit.
It's like pay to play, I scratch your back, you scratch mine type stuff. Everybody sees that. Everybody knows the thing with Ukraine and the board, Burisma, it stinks to the high heavens. It is gross. It is disgusting. You know who is primarily responsible for all of that and may face some consequences as a result of it? Hunter Biden. What they're struggling to do after looking through 1 trillion bank records and, correspondence back and forth is directly connect Joe Biden to this stuff. The type of corruption Joe Biden is guilty of is the type of corruption every politician in Washington is guilty of. And I'm not saying that to be dismissive, I'm saying that to be factual. It's the corporate corruption, it's lobbyists, it's PACs, it's billionaires, that, by the way, the Supreme Court frickin' legalized. But again, if you want to open up the door,
True.
Going after politicians for corruption, I'm your Huckleberry man. I really am. And Jamie Raskin's been talking about this recently too, Democratic congressperson. He's like, okay, well, we're going to take a look at the $2 billion that Jared Kushner got from Saudi Arabia. That's what we're going to, hey, look at all these favors that were done for Saudi Arabia. And look at the fact that they have a close financial relationship with the Trump family.
There definitely was. I mean, so much to the point where he pretty much, like, gave a bunch of those fucking documents that he had a Mar-a-Lago to them. Like, pretty willy-nilly. MILF lefties you were talking to went to bed. I mean, do you even know if she is a mom? Or are you just saying MILF just because she's, like, what, like 10 years older than you? I mean, like, a MILF, like, for someone to qualify as a MILF, they need to kind of, like, you know, be a mom. I mean, it's at least, or a DILF too, I guess, you know, like dad I like to fuck, or a mom I like to fuck. I mean, you know, the dad or mom part of that is kind of implied that they have a kid. But she has cats. Well, so she has fur babies, basically. So I guess, I mean, you know, if you want to expand your definition of mom, then I guess, you know, there you go. Kyle just kind of has this look of just like, what the fuck? It's like, what the fuck?
How many tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars is Donald Trump getting from the Saudis to have the live golf events at his golf courses? How much money is he getting? What are they getting in return? Remember when Saudi Arabia dismembered a Washington Post journalist, Jamal Khashoggi, and Trump didn't even give him a slap on the wrist? Remember that?
Because he was complicit with that. I remember that shit. Like, if anything, you know, I think we kind of get what I was going with now. But, like, I mean, with that shit, like, I mean, it was pretty much, like, done blatantly and openly. Like, that was, like, straight international headlines for a few fucking days. Like, I mean, it was, like, some crazy fucking shit, and it was, like, pretty obvious the Saudis fucking did it. And just no one gave a fuck. Well, I mean, people did, but, like, no one in the establishment or the paradigm did, because they're like, it's business as usual. Saudis decided to be blatant with it and make an example. And Trump was complicit with that. Like, I guarantee you, he, probably gave an okay to the Saudis to do it. So, the Saudis were like, hey, Trump, would you allow us to do this? And Trump's like, yes, that's okay, I don't give a fuck. They're a journalist, I actually want to crack down on them anyway. Make an example. And they did. Bet you that's how they fucking did it. They're enough to, scum fuck you worms to do shit like that. Little goofball dog is just in the corner over there. Oh shit, that, Danilo Cavalcante dude, like, for 2 weeks he's been hiding out in Pennsylvania and he finally got caught. I was waiting for an update on this, because I haven't heard anything for a little bit. I'm like, did they just kind of give up? But no, I guess they caught him.
Who escaped from prison tonight is back in prison. Danilo Cavalcante, captured this morning in Pennsylvania after massive day and night searches that lasted nearly 2 weeks. And tonight we're learning he was trying to make it into Canada when law enforcement...
Whoa! He was trying to go to Canada! Dude, he went from Brazil, he killed someone in Brazil. He came to America, found an ex-girlfriend here, killed her, and is now going to Canada. I'm assuming to probably kill, dude. He's trying to, be like, I'm going to be the first serial killer to kill, multiple people in multiple countries. Like, for every kill I have, they will be in a different country, damn it. Like, dude, he was trying to do, like, a different, dude, this guy had a different little record going on.
Tracked him down. I was news reporter Morgan Norwood with the details.
But how in the fuck was he going to get to Canada from Pennsylvania? I mean, like, what? Like, hijack a car? Like, smuggle yourself on a train? Like, how in the fuck did you get... Well, he got himself from Brazil to America and to Pennsylvania, so, I mean, dude obviously knows his shit on, like, international travel.
How they finally got him.
Holy shit, what, did they send the fucking army? Damn, they sent the fucking military after this guy, holy shit. Or are these just cops in camo gear? Like, what the fuck? Just have like a whole like military squad all up in this guy's ass? Holy shit. Lieutenant Colonel George Bibbins? Why is that a title for a cop? It says Pennsylvania State Police. I thought that was the National Guard, honestly, when I first saw the Lieutenant Colonel.
Tito Cavalcante, the once armed and dangerous convicted killer who escaped from a Pennsylvania prison nearly 2 years.
Oh my god, they actually showing... Oh, you gotta show the full clip. Come on, don't be like that news. Dude, that's how he did it. He literally just like... Boom, 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 boom. And somebody did this before back in May. This is the second time that's happened in the same fucking prison, in the same fucking place. Like, it's just like, bruh. Like, dude, this fucking jail has got, like, you know, a patch that they just refuse to update. Like, that's just what happened. And motherfuckers be exploiting, dude.
Back in custody, law enforcement leading a bloody Cavalcante into an armored vehicle.
Bloodied? What? How'd he get all bloodied up?
To announce, subject is in custody.
Authorities say they begin to close in on him around midnight after a burglary.
Oh my god, one of them is wearing a fucking cowboy hat. Holy shit. There's a guy in police camo wearing a cowboy hat down there. Oh my god. Dude, these fucking dudes feel like they're just like the Wild West posse. Dude, this is like the most excitement these cops has ever had in like decades, dude. Oh my god. Dude, they could not wait to get their camo gear, their little cowboy hats out and shit. Oh my lord.
A heat-detecting plane was already in that area, but had to turn back after bad weather moved in. Tactical teams securing the area until the aircraft could return.
Hey, have they heard, like, I'm pretty sure this guy's familiar with, you know, Alien, or Predator, dude. Like, I mean, you know, just cover yourself in a bunch of mud. It actually will help mask your heat. Like, I guarantee you that guy knows that shit.
Locating Cavalcante.
I mean, it does look kind of all muddied up and, you know, kind of rough around the edges because he was hiding out for 2 fucking weeks, you know, and shit in the forest. So I'm pretty sure he actually understood that a little bit. Probably just was, you know, near a creek too and kind of washed up.
8 this morning.
They were able to move in very quietly. They had the element of surprise.
Police say Cavalcante tried to get away from the dozens of tactical officers sent in, crawling under thick underbrush with that .22 caliber rifle he allegedly stole from an open garage.
One of the...
Oh, actually, from what I last heard, he took some clothes and shit, maybe some food, you know, but I didn't, so he took a rifle. Damn, like, so he was gonna smuggle all that to Canada? I mean, you never really got far, dude. You should have just kept going north. Like, I mean, me giving advice is gonna fucking matter anyway. But, like, I mean, not that it should be given anyway. But I guarantee you he ain't getting out again. Like, there ain't no way this motherfucker's gonna be able to escape, like, a second time. Oh my god, if he escapes the second time, I don't even know, dude. Like, I'm just... like, there's something up with Pennsylvania cops. Are they just that lazy? Are they, like... I mean, that must be. I mean, look at this dude. He's like... Man, this is like the first type of excitement, and now we caught him, now I'm sad. Dude, this guy kind of looks like he's sad because, like, this is the most excitement Pennsylvania, like, as a state for cops has probably gotten for literally, like, 50-plus fucking years. Like, this is, like, the most exciting thing that has ever happened to them in a long time, and they were happy, and honestly, I bet they probably prolonged it a little bit. It's like, hey, let's, like, delay the search a little bit so we can really have a little extra fun, like a cat playing around with a ball of yarn, basically. Like, I guarantee you they probably could have caught this guy, like, within a week. Or less, but they decided to kind of, like, play around with it for a little bit, just kind of see how far he can take it, and they're like, alright, 2 weeks is coming up, we should probably, you know, not look this incompetent. So, that's how I feel, honestly. These cops are having fun with this, because they're just like, oh my god, this is the most excitement we've had forever. And we're just kind of letting them get away with some of this shit. Plus, they could just tack extra charges on him for it. Stole weapons, you know, multiple break-ins, fucking escaped prison. Like, yeah. They were probably doing it also just so they could add extra charges because he knew he was just gonna fucking, you know, raid a bunch of houses for shit and stuff, so. I mean, and also, like, what moron has their .22 rifle in their garage with the garage door open, playing in plain fucking sight. Like, I feel like that person should probably also be charged with just, like, being a clumsy, stupid fuck without, you know, for improperly securing their firearm. Like, I mean, what a klutz, dude. I mean, what an idiot. Like, I mean, you let your gun in an open garage door, just like, when you know this is like some big local news shit, too. Just like, casually in your fucking garage, just there. I mean, where he could just yoink and take it, like, you fucking moron. Like, I mean, whoever had that house, you know, like, I mean, you're a fucking idiot. You better secure guns next time, if honestly you should even have them now at this point. Fucking idiot.
And Border Control teams, BORTAC, had a dog with them. They released the dog. The dog subdued him, and team members from both of those teams immediately moved in.
State police say it was this 4-year-old Belgian Malinois named Yoda that took Cavalcante down.
Aw, cute little pup.
Conte's escape put multiple communities on high alert across Chester County as the...
Well, evidently not for the dude who had the .22 rifle just sitting casually in his garage with the garage door open. I guess that guy must be living under a rock somewhere.
And hunt intensified. Jim Martin, the store manager at the John Deere store where the escaped prisoner was found, describes what he saw.
He was at the John Deere store? Wait, was he gonna steal a tractor or something? What the fuck?
Congregate back by the shed. And here they were already bringing him out. And then we watched him basically walk him up. One camouflage trooper had his gun, his rifle.
Cavalcante's reign of terror now over.
Our nightmare is finally over and the good guys won.
And the good guys, oh my god. Oh god, that irked me. Whatever. Yeah, good for you. Wait, how's he in a robe now? Like, hold up. How'd he get in a robe? Wasn't he in, like, a shirt and shorts? He's in a robe now. Or I guess they just kind of flopped that over him, I guess.
Terror now over.
Our nightmare is finally...
Okay, I don't need to hear you again, but whatever. Well, I mean, honestly, it's good that they caught him. Like, the dude, like, killed a bunch, you know, well, not a bunch, but at least, like, 2 people for sure. And definitely deserves to, you know, be in prison for that shit. Yeah, but... I mean, you know, hey, like, honestly, I kind of, you know, put a little blame to the cops, because I honestly generally do feel like those cops, like, did not have, like, that much excitement, you know, like, going on, and we're just like, you know what, let's have fun with this for a little bit, but not too long, because we don't look too competent. So, you know, they kind of, like, you know, played it, they kind of found a little middle ground, and, you know, like, had fun with it for, like, 2 weeks. Like I said, just on the merit that, you know, over for just like, oh my god, we haven't had this type of shit in action for like, you know, 50 fucking plus years or some shit, oh damn. You know, and then also just for like, hey, we can rank up extra charges if the more houses he breaks into and all sorts of shit, blah blah blah, so. I mean, yeah, like, all in all, that, I guarantee you there's a few reasons why they just kind of let it go on for as long as it did. Even though it really didn't have to. Because he was in, like, a pretty specific area. Like, they could have just, like, had a pretty nice, like, white perimeter and slowly but surely just, like, you know, shrunk that shit down and probably catch him within a few days. But, nah. They toyed around with him for a bit. I guarantee you that's what the fuck happened. It probably didn't need to go on as long as it did, so I'm putting a little bit of a, at least speculative blame on the cops on that one. Maybe not all, maybe not like full, like, you know, yeah, I'm blaming them a little bit, yeah, but at least speculative. I have my reasons to feel like they probably let that last longer than it should have. Right here. Let's go on Reddit. Let's go see the Reddit. Let's go see on Reddit. I know there's like some interesting little things on the public freakout that we could check out. Here, let's see. Pull your shit up. There we go. Oh, here we go. Pop. Let's go to the public freakout. See what's going on here. What the hell? Lady, this is 35. This is a fresh one. Lady in a Dutch cafe gets informed they have no laptop policy. Proceeds to accuse the owner of racism? Because she doesn't speak Dutch and threatens to call the cops? Huh? Dude, she looked over like, what? She looked over being like, what the fuck is she saying?
You are racist, mister, okay?
You are racist, mister, okay? How dare you not let me use laptop when there's no laptop policy in store?
I'm not about you guys to hit me like this. And you? No, I'm not doing it.
Okay, you know what? No?
I told you, call the police, please.
I asked you 3 times to go. You don't go.
Ask the police, please. And I'll tell them how racist you are.
Oh my god, lady, it's a policy that the store and the business owner decided to have. I honestly think it's a little dumb, you know, like to have a no laptop policy in a cafe, you know, but whatever. I mean, it's his business, he can do that if he wants. I think it's a little silly, but whatever. I mean, like, it's not racist, it's just a policy and a rule that he enforces. Like, I don't see anyone else with their laptops, like, you know, or anything like that. They're all just kind of sitting there having conversations, and if anything, now sitting there quiet. Like, everyone's sitting quietly because you're making a scene. You're making it awkward for everybody. Just be like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize that was your rule, and just put it away, and just eat your food, and drink a coffee, or whatever the hell, and just go somewhere else. I mean, I don't know, like, what the fuck? It's so dumb. Evidently don't have no phone policy because, you know, people can have their phone. So, I mean, again, what's the... Oh, my God. Just fucking... Just put your laptop away. I mean, goddamn. I mean, it does not require such a stupid scene like that. Just sad. Idiot disguised as a bee blocking bike lanes in Washington, Maryland. Maryland, what is going on here? What's happening?
Go back to Tacoma Park! Go back to Tacoma Park, please! Go back to Maryland! Go back to Maryland!
Stop declining our neighborhood!
What the fuck? No bees against bike lanes? Like, who is this weird fucking NIMBY? Like, what a fucking weirdo, dude. Like, go away. Like, dude, honestly, what's funny is that there are weirdos like this in Portland, too, that will do shit like this, and they're all weird right-wing chucklefucks or NIMBYs, and it's just so stupid and annoying, and I don't get them. What's wrong with bike lanes are oh my god, fuck off. Like, bike lanes are good. Like, I mean... What the fuck? Like, they're meant to, like, just whatever. I mean, honestly, Boston, like, I have a problem with how these bike lanes are set up. Because this, I mean, I don't know. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Let me see. I guess, like, you know, what the fuck? Okay, it can't just randomly collapsed and either was a ghost or an ethereal being or gravity. I'm going to assume all the above. But... I mean, I'm assuming, like, on the right-hand side over here for the bike lane is where, like, the bus/transit is. And then on the other side is where there are cars. You know, on the left-hand side where you got, like, these dividers. Which, by the way, those dividers do fucking nothing. Like, and then you got the bike lane here. So, it's just like... I mean, actually, the bike lane, like, actually, Boston doesn't really have it too terrible, at least in that intersection. I don't know how it is for the rest of their town. But... conflict as such. Never been so cute. This guys. Hey, fool me. I thought that 5 folks by Beetle Bee could actually be a bee until I read the title. Can someone explain this? Why the bees? I have no idea. I guess there's protests against bike lanes. There's a street in DC, Chevy Chase, Maryland, that is adding 2.7 mile bike lane that is dividing residents. Some people are for it, some against it. There have even been protests for both sides going in for it. It's all silly, and it feels like people are bored and want something to argue about. Oh my god. Traffic sucks without a bike lane. It's going to suck with one. Yeah, because traffic sucks. And, you know, we need to, like, I don't know, fucking, like, just have, like, a better, like, infrastructural projects and stuff, and better planning and better, you know, pedestrian-based, like, yeah, roadways and shit like that, yeah. Probably just some shit like that. Here, Grandpa gets kicked out of Spectrum. Oh boy. Is there an old man going boomer mode? What's happening here?
You try.
You could try.
You do it then. Let them take care of it. Here's what's going on.
Hey,
whoa.
Don't touch me, bro. Don't touch me. I'm not touching you.
I'm not touching you. There you go. Don't come back in. There you go.
Well, he handled that pretty fucking swiftly. He grabbed his box of shit and was like, don't come back in. He locked it! Dude, he locked it. Oh shit!
Don't try to hit me! You hit me in front of me! Hit me again! Hit me again! I can hit you again! Hit me again!
Alright, that was actually a pretty good move on his part. I don't know who he was who stepped in, but that was actually not bad. I mean, look, I'm defending the workers absolutely on this part. You know, and this is why having, you know, good coworkers matters, you know, because, like, he didn't, like, you know, do anything, be like, hey, here, you know, just go ahead and walk off for, you know, a second, I'll finish this off. And, you know, he just, you know, so he's like, you know, there was the body language there. He kind of nodded, is like, all right, you know, fair, and then walked off. Because, like, the thing is, he is right. This old man hit him first. Like, that's what happened. And now this old dude's trying to be like, you hit me. And it's like, no, he didn't. You're the one who assaulted him with your weird fucking box of tech that you grabbed and chucked at him. Like, you're the one who assaulted his ass, bitch.
Call the police right now.
Yeah, because then, you know, the video evidence of you assaulting the, you know, employee first is gonna, you know, be sent to the cops, and they're gonna realize that you're an idiot. So, I mean, you know, just, yeah, really. I mean, and even trying to egg on the coworker or the worker to be like, you know, to try to, like, you know, have him hit you or something. Like, he had his hands behind his back. Like, he's like, hit me again. You know, had his hands behind his back to just, you know, prove to everyone else, too, to be like, I ain't gonna be hitting this guy. I'm only doing so in retaliation. You know, and he gave him basically a warning. It's like, good lord. Man, what a shit. Dude, what an old fucking boomer fuck who generally feels entitled to whatever bullshit that, you know, he thinks, you know, he can throw at people. Here, let's see what other little fun things are here. What in the fuck? Women fighting over bathroom use inside an office building? Is it? This better not be like some weird, like, oh, you are you trans or something? Is it this? I swear to God, if that's what's going on here. These Karens say we can't use we can't use their bathroom, and it's a public bathroom. Are we back in the 1960s?
And we have it recorded, so yeah.
We pay rent in this building.
Yeah.
She's the owner of the business.
And
she pays the rent every month.
And
you pay rent.
I don't pay rent for anything. I work here.
Exactly. Okay, you too have no right to get aggressive with my girl.
I'm not getting aggressive with anybody. Calm down. Calm down. Tone it down. Tone it down, ma'am.
Oh my God! It's like everyone a loser in this situation. Is that what's happening here? Because I have a strong vibe of that being the case here. Like, is this just like literally like a war between Karens? Are there like literally like a posse of Karens on either end just fighting each other? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, yes you did. You did. You did.
What the hell is going on?
No, you said with the F.
F-word, okay.
You did. You did.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, see? Just like that. Just like that.
Can I ask you a simple question?
Oh my god, what is going on? Now they're all freaking out because they're swearing? What is happening here? Hey, ma'am or ma'ams? This is a Wendy's. Like, calm the fuck down. This is over a damn bathroom. Like, honestly, you know what? In a weird way, I prefer this than, like, what are you, a man going in here? Or what, like, I guess it's preferable, but Jesus Christ, it's a fucking bathroom. Like, are we freaking the fuck out over this? Jesus Christ, do these, like, middle-aged winos have nothing better to do?
You don't have to ask us nothing. Go talk to your landlord.
I did talk to my
Yeah, and what happened? Nothing was said to us, so...
Okay, listen to me for a second.
I don't have to listen to nothing you're saying.
I want to know
You don't have to listen to...
Dude, who's going, ooh, dude, who did that? What the fuck, dude? This is, oh my god, this is ridiculous. Is it just literally them just like going, oh my god, oh wait, hold on. Look over here.
Your people.
They seem to be camped out and there's probably somebody from their building.
Okay.
They're thinking our receptionist and saying hi, so they're antagonizing.
I did not do anything.
Oh, I said hi. I was being pleasant. I was being pleasant. And I said hi.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. I still don't understand what the fuck is going on outside of a bunch of Karens just like attacking each other. Like, I mean, 3 Karens picked a side, you know, and they're all for each other, then the other Karens are on their side, you know, and defending themselves. It's like, oh my god. It's literally just a war between Karens. Holy shit, no one wins. This is a situation where literally nobody wins. Oh my god, it's kind of a weird sight to see, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, I feel like, you know, the chicks, you know, that are recording are probably a little bit more on the right, but they're still kind of like going Karen mode about it. I mean, they're all kind of like somewhat in the wrong in some way. One film went to another building they don't work in to take it down how they right? Because it's a bathroom. I mean, like, who cares? Wait, why is that? Wait, hold on. Like, that's actually a fucking question. These women went to another building they don't work in. Yeah, I had to go to the bathroom. How are they in the right? Because it's a bathroom. Like, you know, nature calls. You can't exactly control that. Maybe they were grabbing lunch and on their way back to their workplace, they're like, oh, hey, I need to go to the bathroom. Let's just go in here really quick. You know, and that's probably what happened. Like, I mean, is that, seriously? Like, is that actually a question you're fucking asking? I mean, really? Oh my god, dude. Wow, that's the first comment. It appears to me someone's like a conversation is more of a story. I mean, at least someone on, you know, at least someone already kind of gets it a little bit. There is a little more to the story. I feel like there's angst and like tension between these like random like infighting of Karens that we, you know, are realizing. There's been some drama between all of them before, and it's led up to a point of them trying to use the bathroom, and then it just like popped off from there. Like, oh my, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, these, you know, sometimes, you know, I don't know. What do you do? Oh, here's something funny. MAGA hate preacher is out raging war against, check notes, demonic owls. What? What? Dude, Public Freakout's got some bangers tonight, dude. I've been watching a few of them earlier today, so I know there are a few, but I haven't seen a lot of these newer ones. Or at least they weren't on my feed initially, but the what?
You know what's interesting? That the Illuminati's main symbol is an owl.
I thought it was the eye. I thought it was the all-seeing eye. What do you mean? What? I thought it was the all-seeing eye. Isn't the Illuminati with like the little eye and the pyramid and stuff like that? I mean, okay.
A creature of the night. Now, I'm not telling you that owls are demons. I am telling you that Lilith many times will come in the form of an owl. I will tell you that. Because it's a creature of the night that is a representation of demonic powers in the Old Testament. And...
so you're basically saying owls are demons. Look, I'm not saying owls are demonic, but owls are demonic. You're like that alien, you know, like the ancient aliens meme. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. You know, that guy? It's like, dude, it's basically just that in a nutshell. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Owls are demonic. Which, no, they're not. They're fucking, like, majestic, silent, awesome fucking little killers that are really cool and dope to look at. There's little owls that hang out around here and shit. Not my little area specifically, but at least like a little ways down the neighborhood over here, there's like one or two of them that, you know, I'll see occasionally. And they're pretty cool. So, I mean, like, it's actually pretty majestic once I see them in flight and stuff, because that is really cool because of how quiet they are in comparison to other birds. I mean, it's cool. Like, I mean, fuck you. I mean, if they're demonic, then based. Then that's just another cool factor anyway.
A representation of demonic powers against all of the tyrannical people that we call out on the left right now.
What in the fuck is this weird, like, wooden antler, like, display thing that is like a stand for that keyboard?
The owl god.
The owl god. Oh my god, dude, what a fucking freak. Ay, dude. Ugh, Jesus Christ, man. Good lord. Fucking Sukov. Here. Oh, hey, keep that shit muted. Wait, what's this? All it takes is one thought-provoked question. Is God pro-life? Oh, this is another MAGA chud. Let's check this. Yeah, we'll see it.
To abolish abortion, no exceptions.
So this says...
No exceptions, even if it's an incest rape baby. No exceptions. Even if you're 8 years old.
I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And that's from the Bible?
Yeah, from Jeremiah 1. Right. So God knows these babies in the womb. He has a purpose and a destiny for each child. They shouldn't be killed.
What about a Harley Quinn baby? Or that incest rape baby? You know, or like anything like that. I mean... That's just, okay, I mean, just fuck off.
He killed all the firstborn sons in Egypt?
I think I'm done.
I think I'm done. You just, like, logicked me, and I don't like that. You just got, got me logicked. You know, you just out-logicked me. Like, how dare you? She's like, you know, hey, didn't, like, all the firstborn, you know, children of Egypt, like, you know, die because, you know, God cursed, the Pharaoh, basically? She had a Mitch McConnell moment. She was like, and that noise is literally kind of like the equivalent of what her brain is doing. That noise, which I'm assuming is, I have no idea. But basically, you know, it's just like that in a nutshell, and then she's like, oh, wait, he actually just logicked me. Now we're done. It's just like, oh, Lord. What a schmuck. Oklahoma's adopting Florida PragerU education policy. Not surprised. Not really too surprised, honestly. How to get Vietnamese citizenship? What we got going on here? Here, we'll check that video app in here. We'll check this first. Wait, is there no, like, wait, hold on. Is there, like, no, like stoplights going on here? You just kind of have to go for it? Oh my god, I'm so anxious. I'm clenching the cheeks. Oh, you made it.
I just got a Vietnamese passport for sure after that walk, man.
I just got a Vietnamese passport for after that walk. Damn, true. Dude, oh my, okay, I've, like, you know, like, I know in, like, you know, like, in, like, you know, Asia and places like in India, stuff like that, like, this is certainly more common, but Like, you know, because being more of a pedestrian, I wonder, like, you know, how it would honestly be to try to traverse this shit. And I guess you just kind of have to gamble with it. But I'm assuming there's, like, you know, a flow when it comes to that. So, obviously, it, you know, it all works out. Like, I mean, you know, and everyone's riding mostly, like, mopeds and bikes and Vespas and shit like that. Honestly, that's kind of like a vibe right there. You know, like, I mean, I prefer probably having, like, maybe some stoplights or, like, you know, some extra, like, warning signs or something. I don't know. Like, I feel like there should probably be some extra shit going on, but, you know, I can dig it. I just got a Vietnamese passport after that walk, man, for sure. I fucking love it. Lived in Vietnam for almost a year. This is real. No street lights. Just walk and hope you don't get hit. So when I have crosswalks, it's the evasive maneuver zone. Clear marks where you have to engage evasive maneuvers to around pesky pedestrians. Decorative. It took me a few days to get used to it, but I rarely see any access. Well, honestly, I imagine there probably isn't because, like, I mean, if anything, you know, there's, like, more of a flow going on, so if, you know, you have a few people ahead, you kind of slow down a little bit, you know, just kind of weave, you know, as people are crossing or something, or just a full stop because there's a whole bunch of people crossing, then there's more of a flow to it, I guess. I mean, it's not, like, rigid, I don't know. I mean, I would think that, probably. I have no idea. My anxiety would be through the fucking roof, though. Like, because I don't know if I could vibe with that, personally. I feel like I would need at least some of, like, America's, you know, regulation on, like, streets and traffic and shit. At least just a little. Like, yeah. Is this a Kyle video? I'm gonna take a random guess. Nope, it's not. It's our VR anime girl. Guy. Person.
PragerU is actually going to be official in Oklahoma. And when I say official, I mean they're going to be part...
You changed it up a little bit. Now it's like a fucking literal cat girl.
So...
Jesus fucking Christ. Man, I don't know. Skip the fan art section, is curse. Oh, is that... Oh, okay, I guess he is doing some fan art initially right off the bat, yeah. What's it like right about now?
Of materials from the right-wing propaganda site PragerU.
You know what? You said it's cursed. I'm looking at it. Oh. That ain't that cursed. I mean, that ain't that cursed. I mean, whatever. I've seen worse. Yeah.
Not a rant from me. But, yay! Oklahoma helps PragerU dig its claws deeper into southern schools.
It could be cursed. I'm sure it probably could be, but those immediate images were not that cursed.
Tuesday, Oklahoma became the second state after Florida to approve the use of materials from the right-wing propaganda site PragerU into its state's public schools. Oh boy, thank you for the hydrate arrows. I'm gonna need it. The organization, which isn't actually a university, despite what its name says...
Is there straight up fucking jiggle physics going on with those titties?
...came under fire in August after one of its videos went viral for all the wrong reasons. The video used a cartoon version of abolitionist Frederick Douglass to downplay the devastation caused by slavery, and the United States' role in perpetuating it. The civil rights watchdog, the Southern Poverty Law Center, has, on PragerU's influence, finding that it promoted videos with hosts...
Oh, god damn it. Hold on. Yeah, we're at 60% on this, so I can get this bad boy charged. God damn it. Hold on. Get juiced up, get the juice powering back in you. There we go.
Systemic racism and deny ties between violent right-wing extremists and the conservative movement. You know, despite weird things happening, like the attempted Republican takeover of Washington, D.C. on January 6th. Weird, that. Arrows, thank you for redeeming your points for...
Or, you know, the rise of literal fucking Nazis waving Nazi flags and shit like that. You know, just random little things.
Fucking degen. But The SPLC has also found that some of Prager's presenters have connections to white nationalists. Which, you know,
shocking.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
I mean, yeah, if pretty much at this point, like, you know, being a diehard Republican is, in a way, being kind of like a fucking white supremacist and having ties to him in one way, shape, or form, whether directly or indirectly. And PragerU has certainly got it overtly directly.
He was co-founder.
They had a fucking video defending Robert E. Lee and his, like, takes on slavery and thinking that the black man, you know, is more enlightened, you know, to, like, you know, and it's, like, the burden of the white man to essentially, like, you know, raise them up and shit. Like, I mean, you know, it's like, oh, yes, it's actually a good thing. Like, I mean, they literally had a video like this where it got deleted. It's re-uploaded now, but, I mean, the initial PragerU video got deleted pretty fucking quick as soon as people caught on in that, immediately being like, this is literally defending, like, like, you know, eugenicist, like, slavery, Nazi shit, basically. At least proto-Nazi shit.
Dennis Prager is a former conservative radio host who openly admitted that his organization tries to indoctrinate children with conservative ideology. Interesting.
Sounds like grooming.
Let's take a look at that one real quick. Let's segue for just a second. The Florida Department of Education said it reviewed PragerU kids and determined that the material aligns with Florida's revised civics and government standards. They had to revise the standards. Interesting. PragerU Kids is no different than many other resources which can be used as supplemental materials in Florida schools at district discretion. I think it's probably better if PragerU materials were just banned in public schools. I'm sorry, there's like...
Yeah, honestly, just overtly. Like, I mean, there really needs to be a ban on PragerU and certain, like, levels of propaganda and indoctrination, you know, in schools. But it's not like the trainers came, like, it ain't that. It's this shit. Like, I mean, there's really much else to really say, honestly, about this. Because, I mean, it's pretty much, you know, just just like the general gist of it. Because, I mean, yeah, I kind of get the point with it. I mean, you know, it's just like Oklahoma being like, alright, yeah, we'll just kind of do the PragerU thing too. Yeah, just like, you know, fuck Florida's doing. Okay, damn. Talking about it, I need an energy drink. Yeah, I kind of feel like that a little bit. But I ain't doing it. That'd be fine. I mean, it's way too fucking late to have one anyway. Here, let's go back on the red. See what little thing is going on there. Israeli police slam back this Palestinian kid first in a stone wall. Man, that's... Well, that's all public freak out. I ain't even gonna bother watching that. I think that's pretty fucking self-explanatory. Got a bunch of fucking Nazi, Zionistic fucking ratbag piece of fucking shit. You know, to just basically, like, you know, essentially do the equivalent of fucking lynching. It's like, oh, well, go fucking figure. What else is new? Like that, just got to see the MILF Titties MC. The MILF Titties. Hey, what's this? When you try to use your best argument. What's going on here? It's another Trump-supporting moron. Oh my god.
Tell me 3 Democratic policies that you support. Inflation Reduction Act, American Rescue Plan, the Infrastructure Law, the PACT Act, the Chips and Science Act. I think it's good that Biden pulled out of Afghanistan. I can go on.
No, I get...
Wow. Wow. You just gave me, like, a bunch of different things and answered my question. Wow. You know what? Then, how about this? I got a Uno card for you there, bunny.
Okay, would you like to talk about the pullout of Afghanistan?
Alright, fair enough, okay.
Why did you feel bothered that I just listed policies I think are good?
Because... I mean, it's just, he is kind of, you know, like, definitely circumnavigating the whole thing, you know, it's, like, he obviously was bothered by it.
I I think it's great that he lowers prescription drug costs.
You don't know enough about those policies.
So one of them in the
do you? Do you know anything about them, buddy?
Act is capping the cost of insulin for Medicare recipients at $35 out of pocket per month, and I think that's really good. I don't think seniors should be having themselves price gouged. And now Medicare will negotiate drug prices. I think that's really good because of Joe Biden and Democrats.
I think Joe Biden is an illegitimate president.
He had nothing to say to that. If anything, it was kind of like, okay, yeah, sure, alright, fair enough. He's illegitimate, fuck him, and you know what, he probably should just be killed or something, I don't know.
The election was stolen, and I think he's going to be killed for his treason. How about that?
How about that? Yeah, I mean, considering that was a caption in there, I knew that was coming up, and yeah, I'm not really too surprised. Hey, everybody, got another one. You should probably look at that guy. The guy's, you know, probably your man. He's probably your boy. I wouldn't be surprised if he was there on Jan 6. Maybe not in front lines, but he was probably there. Fucking schmuck. It's like, yeah, I got nothing to really, you know, say that, you know, when it comes to your legitimate answers to my questions, so you know what, fuck you. He's illegitimate, you can go fuck yourself, how about that? Here. Let's see what little thing's going on. Here. Oh, surveillance footage of Lauren Boebert, the Bobbit, getting kicked out of a musical in Denver. No fucking way. Well, I kind of heard something about this. Is this... Dude. I mean, oh my god. This is... I didn't know if it was real or not. It is. I saw, like, one thing, you know, like, the other day, or not the other day, but, you know, like, earlier today. I guess technically the other day at this point. But, like, I mean, I was like, huh, what? No way that's real. But no, it is. Oh my god. So I guess they're right there. Yeah, I see her husband. Oh, someone showed up. Oh, you got, like, another dude right here. The security. I wish there was audio to that. I guess there wouldn't be any audio for it. Well, nothing exciting so far. They're just probably trying to, like, tell them to leave. They're like, no, we're not leaving. Fuck you. Do you know who I am? Do you know who the fuck I am? We are rich elite pricks. So how fucking dare you? Like, how dare you attempt to, like, you know, like, you know, assume that, you know, we should leave. Oh, Bobby, dude, she got up. Oh. Up, they're getting up. Dude, a lot of the people here are more interested in what's going on here more than the show now. Oh, there they go. Still more. Oh shit, you got like these two guys. Like agents ready to go, dude. I wish we had audio. Oh my god, her like boobs are straight like practically like out, dude. Dude, her cleavage is like basically at a point where her like nips are just barely concealed. And I could tell from this distance, like, oh my god, what, like, for like, you know, a party and for an ideological fucking Naziistic fuckwit and pedophile defender, you know, like, when it comes to like her shit, I mean, it seems like it's kind of curious that she is very sultry and looking like kind of a fucking little like bougie Hollywood slut or something. Kind of curious at that. What the fuck? Is like the auditorium in the basement? They're like, you know, going back and forth with them, or she is. She gave him the middle finger. Oh my god. She's flipping him off, being like, fuck yeah, you piece of shit, you damn liberal communist, you Biden psyop piece of shit. I mean, she's probably saying some shit like that, dude. Oh my god. Dude, she's going off. I want to hear this. I want to hear the fucking audio, man. I don't think there is, but I want to hear it, dude. So badly. I think, yep, they're there. Coming from over there. Dude, she's fucking like being a feisty bitch. It's like, fuck you, how dare you, man? Piece of shit. Oh my god, there's so much security here in this fucking lobby, just like ready for her, dude. They're like, yeah, she's angry, she's very aggressive, she's, you know, calling us off top and blah, blah, blah. And dude, they were like ready, dude. They were ready to, like, you know, go down, bro. Could she just get Roblox or, like, sentence her to hard labor or Sarah Palin compound? I don't disagree, bro. This is good, though. I like it. I dig it. There's, like, another minute of this. Oh, we get to see outside. Oh, my God. They're right there they are. She's dancing around with him. Oh, dude, she is so drunk, dude. You could tell. Dude, they're still being all giddy. Oh, giving him the finger. Dude, she's still like, fuck you. Yeah, whatever the fuck. What a fucking weird elitist bitch. I guess they're just gonna walk off, I guess. Might have to defend our sovereignty from the Canucks. I would help them. I would establish, you know, the Cascadian occupied Canada regime, dude. Be usurp into the fucking British Columbia, bro. That's what's gonna be happening. So what's gonna be happening there, like? How many cameras are in this area, dude? Like, cause we could see them go. They just like basically walked the equivalent of like a block, and we're still watching them just like, you know, going on. Dude, she's still popping off. I guarantee it. Like, where it's just like, ah, those fucking pieces of shit. They're all probably colluding with the Democrats and blah blah blah. Talking, vaping, and taking photos during the show. So vapes, if you really can't wait 2 to 3 hours to hit it, then go to fuck a bathroom and chief the fuck on it like anyone else does when they're incapable of being able to leave a place. If you know, if you have the ability to go to fuck outside, like, yeah, no shit. She's probably drunk. Oh, that too, for sure. I guarantee you she went to the bar and had, like, you know, 4 fucking mimosas, you know, or, like, you know, a couple lemon drops, you know, before she fucking, you know, saw the show and got all loosey-goosey, started talking, taking pictures, being fucking loud and herbaceous and all this other bullshit and vaping, not giving a fuck. What's wrong with hitting the vape? Not in the auditorium. Not like that. If you want to hit it, then go, yeah, go in the bathroom or go outside. Like, I mean, I can actually hit the face. Well, would you do not in an auditorium where you got a bunch of people sitting watching a play? That's a different scenario. If you're outside walking around, or like, yeah, or the auditorium, yeah. I mean, with the whole Lauren Bobbitt situation, like what she was doing, you know, with the context of her situation. If she really couldn't wait to hit that fucking vape, then she should have went to the bathroom and, like, pissed off all the alcohol that she drank, like, an hour before, and then fucking, you know, hit the vape a bunch of times. And then she could go back and, you know, because at that point, they probably would have just told her to shut the fuck up and quit taking pictures, and she probably wouldn't necessarily been kicked out unless she just kept doing that. Which I bet she probably honestly was, you know, talked to multiple times. It kind of looked like those guys, you know, were, you know, like, you know, yeah, we're probably talking with her for a while, being like, yo, what the fuck? Like, stop it. I'm gonna be with you. I'm floating on sunshine. I'm floating on sunshine. I'm floating on sunshine. Woman spits on trans person's face. And this is. I saw this earlier when I was kind of perusing the subreddit. This shit's fucking ridiculous. But hey, you know, there's a good happy ending to this. You got this stupid fucking skank who decides, you know, fucking, you know, try to be a hot shot and be like, bitch, you know what? Let me just, you know, strap my shit.
Stay away from me. Stay away.
You just fucking spit on me, you stupid fucking bitch!
She walks up, does her fucking thing, and the spray goes down, dude. Dude, she should have, like, you know, that trans person should have just kept walking and, like, you know, sprayed it right in her fucking eyeballs. And her boyfriend and the driver, and made sure to spray it all inside the vehicle, too. Fuck them. And got what she deserved. Fucking dumb cunt. Like, I mean, why would her dumb skinny ass think that, you know, she was gonna be able to, like... Wait, did she stab her? No, she spat on her. No, she said, you just spat on me, you stupid fucking bitch. That's what she said. She said you spat on me, because that's what she did. She spat on her. And thus, that's where the pepper spray came out. And fucked around and found out. You know what? Good. Fuck that dumb cunt. Like those, you know, fucking, you know, bigoted fucking, you know, piece of shit, you know, were like literally trying to threaten her fucking life, be like, you better say a prayer because you're gonna die, implying that she was gonna die, you know, probably that night, and follow her or something. Which, well, obviously, she didn't fucking play around with that. Here, What says, homophobic father and his disgusting comments about suicide in Pennsylvania. What? What? Huh? Oh, that's 3 minutes. So, I don't want to really skip around because I'm pretty sure it'll happen at some point.
First off, I'd like to say,
I'm a fucking moron, and I'm a bigoted piece of shit, and I probably deserve to have a bunch of lead poisoning.
I'm here tonight in support of the bathroom policy that prohibits students with male genitalia entering the girls' bathroom and students with female genitalia entering the boys' bathroom. This matter has been contorted from the point of view of wanting safety, security, and privacy for our children to people claiming it's an anti-trans and gay agenda, which it is not. It is also not a political issue. Now, many of us are here tonight as parents, relatives, and friends of students in this district in support of the bathroom proposal for our children, and not just some random group called up to cause a scene and hand out pre-planned speeches. Furthermore, I'm here tonight because the district has failed me and many other parents.
By making sure that our theocratic, you know, fascist ideas, you know, are not instilled, thus they have failed. Oh my god. This dude, however, should play in traffic. He probably should play in traffic for quite a long time.
School is supposed to be a safe place where
you know, probably preferably like a major highway.
Come to learn core subjects and get prepared for a successful life after school.
What, like that doesn't happen? I mean, frankly, there's a lot of elements about education where, yeah, that doesn't, but it's not because of, like, trans people existing.
Far along the line, some of the staff have steered away from integrity and principles and are allowing agendas to be pushed in our schools.
Well, yeah, like, you know, the integrity of basically just, you know, pushing, like, American exceptionalism and the idea of, like, you know, Christian, you know, thought and education, like, yeah, really?
Currently, there's an uprising of parents.
I mean, I'm kind of wondering where the drop's gonna happen. I know there's gonna be a drop. I mean, the title here implies the drop.
Across the country that are realizing that schools have gone askew, which is why many states and districts are bringing forward parental Bill of Rights. And honestly, I would like to see this as a topic of future discussions here. A prime example of why parents would need this is to counterbalance exactly what was said last week to me on how this should have been handled on a one-on-one basis and not brought up to the community. Every parent...
Huh? like, a part of bringing it up to community is, like, you know, the one-on-one basis. I mean, why do you think you got, like, the email or, like, the talk or whatever the fuck from a week prior or some shit, you fucking idiot? Like, I mean, what?
Transparency on what is happening in the school setting and not be blindsided by issues such as this.
You're not. And you know what? Honestly, if you're a fucking, you know, bigoted, abusive piece of fucking shit like this, then you deserve to be sidewinded. I mean, you shouldn't know what, like, you know, your child is like it when it comes to, like, you know, your their affirmation and, like, you know, counseling and stuff. And I do believe that. Like, I mean, if anything, I'd argue that, like, you know, it should be the school's obligation to probably even have CPS check up on you, you know, on a weekly fucking basis. You know, at that point, you know, when it comes to just, like, you know, when it comes to just fucking, like, toxic, just evil fucking, you know, ideas and behavior and shit. So, fuck you. And I guarantee you the reason why you have these fucking opinions is just basically because, you know, just because your fucking, you know, child is potentially trans or bi or gay or something.
Now, I'd like to touch on something that a lot of people spoke about last week.
Is this going to be the drop?
And people have talked about this week also. The trans community, they have mentioned thoughts of suicide. You value your life so little that you're thinking about ending it. Why should we believe that you value another being's life more?
Yeah, I agree with whoever just said that. And honestly, you deserve to get fucking beaten down into concrete. What the fuck? Oh, wow. Holy fucking wow, dude. Holy shit. Like, that caught me off guard. What the fuck? What? That generally gave me fucking whiplash. I'm actually speechless. What the? Oh my fucking god, dude. I mean, whoa. What? Why should we value your life if you don't even value it? So, fuck you. Like, I don't wait. What the fuck do you even say to that? Besides just get this motherfucker the goon of a tire treatment, and very excessively. I mean, holy fuck, dude. What?
This brings me to the point that many have stated about rapes or violence.
That dude really needs to play. Wait, hold on. Wait, whoa, what the fuck is he about to?
And for the community not to worry because you won't do that, or parents stating that their child won't do that. With your mental state, where you don't value your life that much, what is the limit what your thoughts might go through your mind at any particular moment on any particular day? Rapes happen, and I can guarantee that the rapist didn't sit there and say, hey, I'm going to go rape someone 1 month from today.
Dude, I'm honestly really glad that a lot of the people are fucking being pretty adamant about, like, being vocally against this. Like, he's saying that because trans people don't value their lives so much and they're, like, highly suicidal, that means they're more likely to commit fucking rapes and shit. And, like, commit, like, you know, violence or something. Like, I'm pretty sure he's also kind of implying the Nashville shooting and shit, too. Sees human trash. Like, dude, I'm generally kind of fucking speechless a little bit. Like, I mean, holy fuck, bro.
Or that the parent didn't wake up and say, hey, my child is going to go rape somebody today. So to everyone saying, no, I won't do that, or no, my child won't do that, nobody can guarantee that.
There's like a very small little, like, you know, element of people, you know, clapping to that, and you know what, they get the same treatment. Fuck them too. I mean, it's like he's basically implying that, like, you know, and saying to other parents, like, oh, because they're not controlling your child, then they might literally rape somebody or kill somebody, and you're at fault for it, you know, because they were trans. That's basically what the fuck he's saying. Like, holy fucking shit, bro. Holy shit. That fucking got my goat. I mean, what the fuck, dude? Wow. And it's over a goddamn fucking, like, bathroom policy or some shit at the, you know, at the school district level. It's over that shit. And he just made it into some, like, fucking depraved, evil shit. Like, that dude certainly, you know, if, like, you know, he grew up in the fucking 1930s and shit, he would be goose-stepping the fucking Nazis. Absolutely, dude. Change my mind. I'm gonna pull Crowder on that one. He'd goose-step with the Nazis in 30s. Change my mind. You tell Zukov. That's right. Oh, look at you. You're so cute. What's up, Bubby? I want to know where you'd goose step. On his fucking dick. And his throat. I mean, I'm just going to be blunt with that one. And probably, you know, wherever Zukov was saying there. Here. Shouldn't have woke him up. This better be like, it's fuck! Can I help you, sir? What the hell? Here, I know I have like a treat over here somewhere, I think. Yeah, right here. Here. Haven't opened these up yet. Well, hi. Can I help you? There you go. Goober. Here. This better be, this at least better be amusing. Whoa. What's going on here? There's a guy sleeping in the, you know, at the wheel there, which that's already, you know, not good. Oh my god, my boy's passed out. I mean, I kind of maybe get what he's trying to do. It's like, man, I'm kind of tired. I'm just gonna, like, you know, kind of park over here and just sleep. But he forgot to turn his car off. Oh, you woke up. All right. Well, don't walk away. I mean, be like, hey, you're asleep. Do you need to, like, you know, pull over somewhere and take a rest or something? Like, no, I want to walk away. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I should have woken up. Well, yeah, hindsight can be a bitch. Is this cop footage? No, this is just some random person that saw this person sleeping and woke him up, and he shouldn't have woke him up. Oh shit, dude, he knocked down a lamppost. Oh my god. Well, he's probably awake now. He's probably awake at this point. Oh my lord. Man, I kind of feel bad for the dude a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. Ay. Poor dude. He's probably legitimately tired as fuck and just straight up just fucking just like, I don't know, he just should not have been driving. Everybody late. If you don't want to be late, move back. You walk to work. Wait, what's going on here? Wait, what's happening with this one? And I think this will become more common as our oh, is that a Vosh video you're talking about? Okay, yeah, we'll check that after this.
This is New York. This is New York. Everybody late.
Everybody late. It's New York. I like that guy in the background is like, hey, I see myself. What's up? He's
Everybody late. It's New York. You want to be on time, go to Jamaica and walk to work.
If I was here, I would have get there.
You're going to be late. That's it. You're going to be late.
Oh my god, this lady is cracking the fuck up.
Don't be mad at him because you're late.
Oh shit, she's taking the earbuds out. She wants to listen in deep now. She's focused. She's in on it now.
Wherever you from, you might be on time if you walk there.
If you walk there, I mean, in New York, it probably would be better to walk. Where, you know, if you have to take a bus and you're being late, it probably would just be better to walk. I mean, it is New York. I agree with this guy a little bit. It's fucking New York, dude. If you don't want to be late, walk to work. Because even if you are late, you're probably not going to be as late if you are on the bus like this.
It's fucking annoying. You're a fucking car. You know what it is? You upset because you got a bullshit ass job. And you late to your bullshit ass job.
Dude, he's fucking on fire, bro. Oh my god. Alright, that deserves the fucking thumbs up right there, bro. It's like, you know what it is? You're late for your bullshit ass job. And it is bullshit. And you're upset about it. And blah, blah, blah. Oh my god, dude. He's nailing it. Dude, he is like in tune with the reality of things. Dude, I like this guy. This guy's awesome.
You can't buy a car because you got a bullshit ass job. Don't be mad.
Don't be mad.
Everybody else day up. Poor lady got a wheelchair. She got on the bus with a wheelchair. That's why the bus is late.
Which, that's fair enough. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it takes a minute for a lady on the wheelchair to get on a bus. I mean, it's like, why do you think, buses have accessibility for that? I mean, hell, there's been times where I've been late because of that. I don't fault the person who's handicapped for it. It's like, whatever, should have probably left maybe a little sooner or something.
You gonna be mad at that? Come on, get out of here. Ask your boss for a raise, you can buy a car, and you want to take the fucking bus. I'm gonna probably get fired. I'm mad late. I don't even care.
I'm probably gonna be fired. I'm mad late and I don't even care, dude. I love him. Dude, this guy's energy is on my level, dude.
I'm not gonna get mad at the bus driver. It's my fault. I should have been on the 12:10 instead of the 12:13 bus. That's my fault. That ain't his fault. Wake your ass up early. Put the fucking dumplings down.
Put the dumplings down. Oh my god, wake your ass up early, put the dumplings down, and just get up, go to work. I like this guy, dude. I like the cut of this dude's jib, bro. Dude, he's like, be like a one-man stand-up comedy special for this entire bus, bro. It is fucking awesome. I love it. Dude, this guy's great. He's a king, dude.
Wildin' out, B.
Wildin' out, B. Dude, this guy's great.
You could keep going. I can keep going. I'm getting off at 5 towns.
If you keep going, I will keep going. Dude, he don't give a fuck. Is this Black Mac Jarbo? No, because Matt Jarbo couldn't, be this comedically funny. Like, this guy is actually genuinely pretty funny. Like, I mean, he's more like, Black Billy the Fridge or something, dude.
All the way to 5 towns.
You're retarded.
I'm retarded too?
Oh my god, that bitch, bro! It's like, no, fuck at you or something because you're retarded. It's like, what? What the fuck did he ever do to you, woman?
Bus driver, both retarded. Everybody's retarded now. Who else retarded on this bus? It's too long for everybody to be retarded.
This bus too long for everyone to be retarded. Oh my god, that's edgy, but I kind of like it. Oh my god, that's some good edge. Dude, this guy's great. I like this dude.
The retarded people get on the short bus, not the long bus.
Oh my god.
So go a little slower, driver. You're going too fast.
Go a little slow, driver. You're going too fast. Oh my god. Alright, this guy is just fucking, dude, he's clever, man. I like him.
Slow down a little bit. Get motion sickness on the drive.
I'm getting motion sickness. Dude, this guy is fucking great. Dude, even he's laughing at it because he knows he's cracking everybody up. He's enjoying it, dude. He's loving every second of it, man. He don't care. He's mad late for his job. He probably getting fired. He don't give a fuck. He's probably just gonna, you know, go out and probably apply for another job later and get hired that same day and just get paid and not give a fuck. I mean, it's just routine for him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dude, that guy in the background is still like, hey, what's up? Dude, everything about this is pretty fucking awesome. I love this. This is great. I guess she finally realized that there was no winning that. Like, I mean, you basically had a comedian just, like, roast the fuck out of you and heckle you, dude. Like, there ain't no way they're going to be able to just combat that lady. Dude, it's like every time she was saying something, every fucking thing that he had was like a quip, you know, right back that at least was giving me a smile at minimal. Dude, that is just, oh. I just feel him, dude. I just felt all of that, and it was just great. Oh my god. There's certainly some edge, but you know what? It was tasteful edge, in my opinion. You know, like, he was, you know, doing it tastefully, because if anything, the lady kind of sided at first. You know, saying, oh, you're retarded stuff and blah, blah, blah. You know, basically implying, oh, he's an idiot for calling her out because she's bitching, you know, for being late. And, you know, and making it everyone else's problem, basically. And he's just trying to be like, yo, just, you know, I'm late for fuck's sake. I'm probably getting fired. I don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, don't make it anyone else's problem. It's my fault and I recognize it. You know, so don't make it everyone else's problem. Don't be bitching about it. Whatever. You know, just move on with your fucking life. You know, so she kept taking it on. So, you know, he was just doing it as, like, you know, retaliation against her ass. And just, you know, letting out fucking banger after banger. Just realizing, like, hey, you ain't gonna win. You're not gonna win over me. Dude, that lady right next to him was loving every second of it, dude. She was laughing to all of it. Dude, honestly, you know what? Even if he did get fired, he could just go to, like, a comedy club and do a random stand-up. He probably would fucking sell, dude. I'm not even kidding, because that shit was genuinely funny. Like, he could make a whole fucking, like, comedy bit just off of that story alone, dude. Just off of that. That was just top-tier shit. Like, he could work a crowd, obviously. He did it on a bus. Like, if he could do it in a bus, he could do it in a comedy club for sure, dude. Like, that guy's got the chops. You know what? I hope they have success. It says classic repost, so evidently this happened some years back. So, you know what? I hope he kind of saw that in him, you know, took advantage of that and went out there and, you know, kind of got a little success in, like, you know, maybe New York, you know, comedy club skit or something. I'd like to see that out of that guy. Here. Yeah, I'll pull this little Vosh thing up here real quick and go to the bathroom before we check this out here. Oh, I know this story. I've seen this. I know what we're talking about. Here, I won't spoil it quite yet. Well, I guess Venom technically did because he sent the link, but here, I'll go to the bathroom real quick and be right back. Hey, Bobo. Doggo! Come on! Doggo! The little butt. goofball. Yes, yes, yes. You sweet little goofy little ball. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, what a silly little thing. Anyway, here. Let's check this bad boy out. Because I guess there's a Virginia politician that used to do like live sex streams and stuff, which is pretty base as far as I'm concerned. So that's the thing, and I guess she was exposed for it.
Democratic Virginian candidate is getting some flack from conservative media right now because she used to upload of her with her husband, I think. You'd think conservatives would be celebrating a videotaped and broadcasted example of traditional marital roles, but apparently they're not.
Oh my god! Okay, this is a little funny. I like this. Alright, I kind of like this. I like the Pornhub version of the intro. That was actually clever. Okay, that's clever. I like that. Maybe if AOC did that.
She's got some guns too, apparently, so, you know, that's cool, I guess.
Oh, shit. Dude, she is actually pretty fucking, you know, fit. Dude, look at that. Dude, she got, like, the athletic build. Holy shit. Alright, alright. You know, I might, I don't know, is there, you know, some extra research I can look up about her, you know what I'm saying?
Susanna Gibson.
Just kind of curious. I mean, hey, I mean, she has it out there publicly. I mean, so, not my thing. I don't know. I kind of like the athletic build a little bit.
For a seat in state's House of Delegates.
It's one of my interests. I don't know.
Politics.
Okay,
they found out that she was throwing it back on video in exchange for tips. That is how it works. That is true. She and her husband engaged in sex acts, live streamed online platform, blah, blah. Susanna Gibson, a nurse practitioner and a first-time candidate seeking a seat in Virginia's House of Delegates, shared the videos on a platform called Chatterbait. You don't say. The videos, which were first reported by the Washington Post and then confirmed by the Associated Press. That's great, by the way. Really, really putting our journalistic chops to head here.
By, looking at a woman who was given head on Chatterbait. There's a politician now. Which, honestly, I mean, why is this a scandal? I mean, this isn't, this is ridiculous. I don't even really necessarily think it is. I think the Republicans are just trying to do that. But I think if, any rational person, even if they aren't really into it or it's their thing or whatever, I think they'll realize, well, they were doing it consensually and that was their thing. I don't know. I don't like it, but whatever. I think most people would just kind of have that, gist with it. Did the Republicans pull this up, FAP to it first? Probably. Oh, you know what? Not probably. Yes, they definitely did.
Gibson urging viewers to provide tips in the form of Chatterbait tokens in exchange for her performance of specific sex acts with her husband. I love the way that this is being...
Nice.
Funny, I've long thought about this because the thing is, nowadays, basically everybody puts everything online. Relative to previous generations of Americans, it's oh, you want to find an old selfie, you want to find the old OnlyFans account or whatever. It's more and more and more and more people, which means either.
I mean, I know, I don't know if this is the case still, but I know in Congress there's a guy from Connecticut who's a furry, and he's been found to go to different furry cons in the country. So, every now and then you can find that. And I know there's at least, a few, I think that's actually, there's a few of them out, I think. If I remember correctly, I think there's, a couple others. I just only know of the one from Connecticut. It's, Doug something, or something like that. But I think there's at least, a couple at this point now, just kind of scattered throughout. Mostly, either state houses, but, you might find, one or two sprinkled in Congress. I know there at least is one for sure.
Politics is going to be reserved almost exclusively for the, Oxford psychopaths whose parents, didn't give them a phone till they were 14, and they lived in, a Mormon household, so they never...
Oh my god, I mean, outside of the weird Harvard shit and the Mormon household part, I mean, my mom was no, you don't get a phone until you're, 8th grade. And funny enough, I actually lost it, a week before I was gonna, start 8th grade, and then I, found it again, and honestly, I got in so much stupid trouble having it at school, predominantly. And that was pretty much the only place where I was, because, our middle school had a stupid, dumb fuck policy where it's, you couldn't have phones period. Like, so even on recess, like during lunch and shit, like if I had my phone out, I'd like to show my friend a video or like, you know, some little thing, like picture or whatever the fuck or some shit. If somebody outside that was like an administrator or a teacher or some shit, they'll straight fucking swipe that from you and fucking put it in the goddamn office where you have to get it at the fucking end of school day. It was straight bullshit. And that happened to me so many fucking times. It was ridiculous. Just because, like, yeah, I'm showing little memes or little, like, videos recorded of me playing a video game or some random bullshit at the time or whatever the fuck. And it's just like, man, that was back in the day where, like, you know, phones were not as common for kids to have. And if it was, like, they were being hyper strict with it. Like, they're like, no. But by the time it was, like, high school, they got a lot more lax about it. Where it's like, as long as they're not, like, you know, using it during class sessions, I mean, who really cares? And, you know, and at that point, there was also kind of a level of, like, teacher discretion where it's like, hey, it's, you know, once we're kind of, like, at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day or, you know, you're doing nothing in between, you know, finishing a test while everyone else is or something, then sure, whatever. But beyond that, there's, like, I mean, you know, there was a lot more lucidity with it. And I think that is okay. But, like, I mean, I imagine now the lucidity about that shit is way more, and, I mean, maybe in a way, kind of incorporated into the educational, like, curriculum. It's like, oh, hey, go, you know, download this app and pull it up and, you know, and blah, 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 or some shit. I'm sure, honestly, at this point, it's starting to kind of, you know, be taken advantage of to incorporate it into education or something. I mean, because it already kind of is a little bit. And, I honestly don't know about that entirely. I mean, having, like, you know, like a class laptop, you know, thing or some shit where, like, everyone in the class has these little laptops so we can do little school projects, stuff like that. I think that's absolutely fine, but I don't know. You know, at least for the balance that I had during my education, I think it was far more fair when it came to shit like that.
Being salacious online or whatever. Or we're just going to have to socially normalize the fact that dick pics are just going to be out there for politicians, you know?
And we should normalize that, to be honest. That's been a thing since Clinton. Like, she did not suck my dick. Alright. Like, I mean, come on. Like, that's been a thing even before Clinton, to be fucking frank. I mean, what, you think the founding fathers were like all these puritanical, like, yes, I am a mole man who, you know, has sex for procreation. Like, no, they're having orgies too, okay? Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure a few of them have been known to be, like, legitimate, like, secret fuck buddies, okay? So, I mean, it's like, come on. Like, I mean, this shit's been going on forever, alright? Especially in America. It's basically been, you know, part of the foundation of this goddamn country. Especially with, like, Franklin. Like, that dude was a literal man whore, alright? That dude was a fucking slut. And that's not even being hyperbolic. He just genuinely was. Like, he slayed, like, the French, like Queen's pussy, dude. Like, he slayed down that bitch. Like, he laid down the pipe on that. It's like, damn, bro. Like, he was laying down, you know, bitches left and right. Like, so, I mean, I'm just saying, like, the motherfuckers, this shit has been around forever. Like, so, yeah, normalize this shit. Because it's always been a thing. People like to fuck, and I was saying it from earlier, actually. I kind of grant the whole, like, party, you know, oh, a politician might fuck and shit like that and stuff. I kind of grant that, quote, corruption. Because if anything, it's not really corruption. Unless they're using, like, taxpayer dollars and shit like that, or pulling Epstein or something. You know, but beyond that, like, whatever. I mean, they're doing, like, different little parties just like anyone else would, but taking more advantage because they got the money to do it. I mean, like I was saying from earlier, like, when that topic was up, it's like, I would have the same position. It's like, yeah, if I was invited to one of these little interesting, like, drug-addled, like, orgy parties, like, yeah, I'd join it. Fuck it. Kind of literally. I mean, like I said, as long as there ain't no, like, weird, corrupted, like, Epstein fucking shit, because fuck that, I ain't touching that with, like, a 20-mile pole. If anything, I'd probably honestly rat those motherfuckers out as far as I give a shit. Let it whack me.
It's so meaningless.
It is.
Only the Amish? Yeah, only the Amish are going to be able to be government officials because only they will have pure internet histories. That's true.
That is actually kind of true. They wouldn't have any internet history, but they wouldn't be pure either because a lot of the weird shit that, like, the internet will delve into, they just do it already, but it's more localized and honestly way worse. Like, I'm not even kidding either. Like, I watch a Amish guy, E.I. Loader, former Amish, who will talk about, like, his old world Amish community and, like, different Amish communities and, like, the broader cult of, like, how, you know, these communities work and shit. And the dark underbelly is when it comes to things like, you know, incest, rape, like even animal abuse, including sexual animal abuse and stuff like that. Like, it is generally like really fucking rampant within the Amish communities. Like, especially in the old world Amish communities. Like, the more liberalized ones tend to be not really as prevalent with these issues, but the more old world, the hyper conservative versions of these communities, yeah, it's a fucking problem. Like, I mean, they will literally say that, you know, instead of pregnancy, you know, women go through like a yearly sickness where their bellies, you know, distend and all this other shit. And at a certain point, you know, they eventually get over it, you know, and their bellies aren't big anymore. And hey, guess what? We have a child. Yay. Like, I mean, it's just, like, they don't, like, oral Amish communities will teach shit like that. They don't even, you know, teach the fact that sex is a fucking thing. You know, like, at all. I mean, it's actually kind of psychotic. And hence, because of shit like that, a lot of those things, like I was mentioning earlier, tend to be a lot more fucking rampant. At least, like, more liberalized Amish communities are willing to be at least somewhat honest about it. But they basically take kind of the more traditional hyper-conservative approach of just, like, abstinence until marriage and blah, blah, blah. You know, they basically take that approach with it. I guess, which is better, but, I mean, you know, because those issues aren't as prevalent, like I was saying, but they're still there, you know, and there's still a fucking problem, and it's just built in on the whole cult that, you know, these religions, you know, establish in so many of these fuck communities, whether they're Amish or not.
Report, a Republican operative first alerted the newspaper to the existence of the videos, which have been archived on another site. In a statement, Gibson denounced the report as a form of gutter politics and, quote, an illegal invasion of my privacy designed to humiliate me and my family. Now, I do take issue with her response here. It is gutter.
I mean, it is like gutter politics, but it's not like privacy violation. It was public. You had it on a public website. Like, I mean, huh? It wasn't inherently a privacy violation outside of just, like, more so gutter politics and just, like, a breach of decorum, I guess you can make the argument of. But it wasn't really a privacy violation. It was on a public website. I mean, it's like saying, like, you know, someone who's a porn star that uploads their stuff on the Pornhub on the regular gets that shit leaked out to the public because they're starting to run for office or something, and they're like, my privacy's violated. It's like, no, all your content's on Pornhub. Like, people can look at it publicly, like, if they wanted to look you up. Like, it ain't that, like, really? I mean, it's not really a privacy violation thing.
That is true. However, it's not revenge at all.
It definitely isn't. I mean, if it is, like, the implication would mean that that shit was private. But then people who are doing so nefariously uploaded that publicly. But you and your husband already, on a live stream on Chatterbait, did that publicly. So that's not revenge porn at all. I mean, it can, like, again, the whole gutter politics and, like, you know, Bridge Forum, like, this is just, like, low bar bullshit, and they have nothing besides this to go at me for because they know my policies and my politics are correct and blah, blah, blah. You can make that argument, and I think that would certainly be meritable. Because, yeah, if they have to resort to this, evidently they can't really, like, critique you on your other policies and shit like that, so they got nothing on that front. They have to resort to shit like this. I mean, but, I don't know, like, calling it revenge porn kind of undermines it, I think, just because it's already out there. It was out there live when you were doing it initially, like, for people. You know, for, like, Chatterbait tokens or whatever the fuck. I mean, it's, I don't know, that just seems a little, like, come on. I mean, you go a little far with that, but, I mean, what she's kind of broadly saying, though, I certainly agree with, honestly. Like, yeah, I mean, you know, it's gutter politics, it's bullshit, you know, she shouldn't have to be attacked over this bullshit because it's meaningless, it's irrelevant.
She put it on Chatterbait. It's not revenge porn. You know, we're not talking about leaking private nude photos. It was she produced. I don't like her framing it as an illegal invasion of my privacy. If anything, I feel like it would be better if she owned it.
Yeah.
It actually.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm kind of, you know, implying. It's like, hey, just own it and just say, you know, they have nothing, you know, to criticize me for besides, you know, trying to go after me doing some sex work, you know, with my husband, you know, like, you know, once upon a time. You know, they have nothing, you know, to go after me for. Yeah, I did it, but guess what? I'm also advocating policies that, you know, better the interests of Virginians. So, and, you know, they can't criticize me over that, so they have to lowball me like this. So what does that say about them? Doesn't say much about me, does it? Like, I mean, own that shit. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Take the TJ Kirk approach, because when, like, that shit was genuine revenge porn and shit that happened to him when it came to the whole, like, Bananagate thing, and he owned that shit anyway. Like, he was like, alright, well, it's out there, fuck it, yeah, I did it. It's like, it wasn't meant to be public, but, you know what, it's out there, fuck it, I guess. Like, he took a different approach with it, but, I mean, yeah, own it.
Invasion to share it because of DMCA. It's not revenge porn, but it is illegal to share. Okay, but it's not... The way it's being framed here, illegal invasion of my privacy, doesn't really gel with publicly produced...
I mean, if there's an argument to say that there is, like, illegality of sharing it, I mean, there could be a case for it, but I don't know if, like, just framing it that way right off the bat. So, yeah, I mean, I agree with Vosh on this one. I mean, if she wants to make that claim, sue the motherfuckers that are trying to, like, who are directly involved in using this as a, hit piece against her. Be like, hey, I'm gonna go after these specific people and shit, and, file a suit against them. I feel like that would be a little bit, better in a way.
I think it would be a lot better from her perspective to own it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, people liked seeing me and my husband bang, well, I don't know how exactly she'd go about phrasing it. Like, she could do that curt kind of like, oh, it was fun, but I'm doing something new now, or she could do like a, yeah, haha. I don't think this works necessarily, because I don't think this buys back any of the votes that you lose by having a history in porn. I don't know what liberal would care for it either, except I guess it does get your name in the newspapers. It won't intimidate me and it won't silence me. My political opponents and the Republican allies have proven they're willing to commit a sex crime to attack me and my family because there's no line they won't cross to silence women when they speak up.
I mean, I agree with that part. I mean, I just don't know if it goes so far as, like, an overt, like, sex crime or something, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's just being slightly over the top about it, but, I mean, on a general level, I mean, I don't know, I mean, she's right. I mean, but I feel like, like I said, she, or I guess, Vosh specifically, she's showing up to it. Just be like, yeah, I did it was fun, for a time, but because these Republicans will use anything when it comes to women's past and their history and anything that might be considered a vice and stuff, they use that to attack me and my family and blah, blah, like, it could be phrased a little differently, while still making the same point nonetheless.
I don't think leaning in on the civility politics button is a good response to this.
Mainly because I think people are sick of it. I'm certainly sick of it. Yeah, just own up to it. Quit being like, I'm holier than thou. Like, I mean, obviously you ain't because you like to fuck on, live streams on Chatterbait, okay? Like, I mean, just own it and, like, like, fucking, punch him, right into the gut, when it comes to that shit. Like, counteract. Like, be a little more aggressive with it. Just, I don't know. Like, I mean, the weird, like, decorum shit that she's trying to kind of, like, do with it is a little annoying, but... I mean, because it's like she's indirectly owning it. Like, she's not really saying, oh, like, this was, like, a little, like, a dark little vice of my life or something, blah, blah, blah. She, so she is kind of owning it, but she's just trying to, like, have this weird civility politics interwoven in all this shit. And it's like, girl, that dog don't hunt in these woods when it comes to shit like this. I mean, this is, like, utteral, like, gutter politics bullshit. Like, I mean, that's civil decorum making it work here. So just don't do it. I mean, just fucking own it. I mean, honestly. I mean, Vosh is definitely right with this. I mean, like, at least, when it comes to her, I think it's just, like, more of a miscalculation more than anything. I don't really think it is anything really deeper, because I think she, personally does own it. It's like, yeah, I did it, whatever. These fucking stupid weird Puritans, want to try to undermine women and undermine, casual fun, this and that, and blah, 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 and, with their weird, like, hyper Christian abstinence before marriage mentality and blah. Like, I'm sure she has these positions. She's just trying to have, like, a more PR version of that where it's, like, palatable with, like, civility politics, which I think, honestly, just most people are just kind of getting sick of. I mean, because if that ain't the case, then why are people so, like, gung-ho about Trump and stuff like that, right? I mean, like, obviously there's a level of, like, incivility and, like, kind of just, like, brash, just shooting from the hip politics that people generally like, that, is more relatable to people. And I think, she should kind of play that up a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying obviously like, you know, anything about Trump specifically is like good, or, you know, by the way. I'm just saying that general energy that he kind of brings, though, you know, people kind of are more inclined to that, because you got people like Ron DeSantis who are doing like a civility, like decorum version of that, and it ain't selling at all. So, I mean, there's obviously a level of like improper like political decorum that people are generally way more interested in. I mean, honestly, like, so there's at least, you know, something to that. And I think she should just fucking tap into it. She just own it and tap into that energy. I feel like I'd do her a lot more better. Better positive results. Real quick, have you ever seen Caroline? I know what that is. Yeah, about like, what, 08, 09, somewhere around there. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but no, I haven't seen the full movie. I've seen clips and bits and pieces of it, but I haven't seen the whole thing. Honestly, it's been forever since I have seen anything from it, to be frank, so, I mean, honestly, basically might as well be like I really barely have seen it, but I'm definitely aware of it, though.
She's right in that the people attacking her are vile, you know, whatever. I think owning it would probably be better, but who knows, whatever, I'm not an expert. A lawyer representing Gibson, Daniel P. Watkins, that's a real name, told the Post the videos may have violated Virginia's revenge, adding, we are working closely with state and federal official law enforcement. I don't... It's not like you're...
I just found out there's a graphic novel of it that's actually close to the book. In fact, I just got through reading it. Oh, nice.
No, I'm not a lawyer. That's true. I think, look, it's pretty obvious that in line with sort of the Democrats' broad shift towards progressive politics, we're going to see a lot more acknowledgement of and discussion of things like the work. Republicans have been discussing stuff like bans, like blocking access to...
Man, I kind of hate how, like, we have to have things censored because of YouTube's policies when it comes to cursing and certain words. I know what he's saying, but my brain has to be like, wait, what's he talking about a little bit? PDFs of it are available online. Well, I'll have to check it out.
Unless you upload your driver's license or whatever. Stuff like that. And obviously, sex work in many contexts is banned. In terms of prostitution, it's banned broadly, except for like Las Vegas or whatever. And in terms of like OnlyFans...
Well, technically outside of Vegas. I think like Nevada, but Las Vegas specifically. I think it's the opposite.
People on the right are like very culturally against it. The thing is that like, even if something like 40% of the country is super, super anti, like, oh, if you do OnlyFans, you're a whore or whatever else, like 90% of the country actually jerks off. So it's kind of like a ubiquitous thing. And I think that Democrats have to do more to embrace some of the, like, I don't think you can meaningfully push back on conservative evangelical prudishness without radically adopting acceptance of the alternative.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like, it kind of comes down to, like, any broader sense of Puritanism, I think. Like, whether it's, like, kink of pride stuff, or, like, you know, like, more, like, anti-prudish or immodest stuff, you know, being more normalized, you know, in comparison to, like, more modest and more, you know, puritanical, like, you know, things in culture. Like, I mean, all these type of things, you know, I think are broadly, you know, like, just like a part of the American conditioning that, you know, because of Christian evangelicalism is like heavily instilled in a lot of the populace, I think. So, I mean, yeah, like, Vosh is definitely, you know, pretty on point with that one. Especially considering, like, I've seen so many bullshit little things from, like, you know, where the whole, like, equivalent of, like, kink of pride and shit is basically, you know, like in place, you know, for... You know, like, maybe like, oh, you know, furries at conventions, you know, people being in pup gear versus not, or something. You know, just random bullshit like that. It's just like, I mean, it all comes back down to the same root. You know, like fucking hyper-modest, puritanical, evangelical Christian culture and shit that's just been so heavily conditioned, you know, by, you know, the fucking, you know, Christian far right in this country. It's like, it annoys me so much. So far, threat our well-being, then makes someone so close on your eyes. Republicans, yep.
Does that make sense? Like, I don't think the Democrats should concede on that and do this like, oh, well, I don't approve of that behavior myself, but she has a right to run if she wants. I don't think that this like staunch, moderate approach towards stuff like that is effective.
Defense righty, weird, like holier than thou approach. Yep.
All because it doesn't excite anyone on the left, and it doesn't win back anyone on the right. I mean, people are going to care about this, even though it's really dumb. With her husband too, like that's rare. How many chicks on ChatterBait are with their husbands? You know, true. Mormons hate gays, yet their most searched term on Pornhub is lesbian.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that is kind of a general for a lot of weird like anti-gay type of straight people and shit. Where like, oh, I'm against that, but two women making out and having sex, that's different though. That's like kind of okay. I mean, like for some reason that's fine, but like anything else, so
The most common areas for searching up of trans people is in the like Bible Belt.
Yep.
It's so stupid. Honestly, I love that for them. Yeah, it's cute. I wonder how it'll go though. Yeah, they're just proving that they're having committed marital sex. I mean, you'd think they'd like that. High stakes Virginia election. How high stakes is this? The revelation marked an explosive turn in a contest that'll carry weight in determining the balance of power in the Virginia General Assembly. The race has attracted large amounts of spending and interest for an off-year legislative race. I guess what I'm curious about is like, how would she not be ready for this? Is this her being ready for this? If you literally used to do porn, like, obviously that would come up at some point while running. Why is the chat behaving that way?
I mean, yeah, wouldn't it? Like, you would kind of at least have like some sort of contingency plan about that.
Porn laws for Virginia that might have a really good case. Maybe. I don't know. Are porn laws even real, man? The Republicans, Marjorie Taylor Greene literally was like holding up nude images of Hunter Biden in Congress. And those weren't like distributed images. Those were just like, I don't know. Is this real? I don't know.
That through Western imperialism, NATO, and white supremacy, and to get
Wait, whoa, what the hell? What's going on here?
Let's go ahead and do this.
Okay. Yeah, burn the flag. Yeah.
This is a very soy flag burning.
It kind of is. Like, oh my god, this is pretty unimpressive. He's doing it on a grill too.
You mad?
You mad? Oh my god, yeah, I'm so mad.
Okay, I take it back. This is a very soy flag burning.
I got it. Death to America.
How are you gonna say death to America when you're literally using your dad's
like Foreman grill, dude? Like, you got like daddy's Foreman grill in his backyard, and you're taking a oh my god, dude!
Barbecue. Like you're burning the American flag on the most American symbol imaginable. You know. This
the
is
Foreman
like the
grill, dude.
Using the master's tools to dismantle the master's manner. Who is this? Fucking hell.
I like how people are like, she doesn't porn, she's degenerate, and how exactly you find that out? It was on an article I read. Definitely, bro. It's like, oh my god. Fucking goobers, man. What silly little goobers? Silly little goobers. Oh, I know Voosh was doing a little Stremmeroni from earlier. I'm kind of curious. What was it all about? I know he has some, like, on a bot thing. Yeah, there they are. No, that is... No. It says something about, like, unity has fallen. So what the fuck is going on with this one? I know there's time thumps. Seen much above last... Wait, what? So it's really... oh, I read this one. So it's literally just now glancing at a theory about book. I kept in mind the author Neil Gaiman is Jewish and the user of the person making the theory is, and I'm not joking, proud anti-Semite. Wait, what the fuck? Huh? How many what? Huh? Boosh looks at a fucking shell ad. Yep. Oh my god. Here, oh my god, this is like, look how tiny this is. How am I supposed to like go full screen when this is so goddamn tiny? I want to see his shell and I want to see his like take on aliens. Because I guarantee you it's because of that shit in Mexico with the alien stuff. Am I able to click this at all? Is there an ability to click the oh. Is there no way? Is there no way to do this? This isn't working. No. There's no way to do it. What the fuck? It is. How in the how does like the app expect me to like, you know, fucking full screen this bitch in this format? Like, excusez-moi la Francois. Like, YouTube, this is a Wendy's. What the hell? There's literally no way. There's like no spot for me to actually like. It's either the timestamp thing. They've changed it up to weird like a little header now. And like, wow, really? Are we that dumb? Are we that dumb, YouTube? It's gonna spam until maybe no, that didn't work. Damn it. Yep, there ain't no way. Motherfucker. Okay, never mind. Fine. Fine. See how it is. I see how the McFuck it is. The YouTube shit. Good lord. I wanted to see the thingy, but it didn't want me to see it, so whatever. Fine. Fine. I see how it is. I see how it is, and it's bullshit. I don't like that. It's not cool. That shit ain't cool. Hitler. Oh, I love bagels and pickles. And then he gets soul juice up, make them, and it's like, wait, what's this? It's like, you know, I love these things that, you know, are very, you know, very delicious. Like bagels and pickles. Oh, well, you know, Jews actually made them, you know, and they're pretty, you know, staple thing. It's like, 9! No! You mustn't allow this. Here. Well, there's like actually like a thing I saw like not too long ago. Where the fuck was it? Hey, don't turn off, you bish. Turn the fuck back on. There we go. Pickles kill Hitler. That's my headcanon. Yes, you can headcanon history, I decided. Well, I mean, you ain't really the only one that decided it. There's already a lot of fucking chuckle fucks that do shit like that. We're just like, yep. You know, we're just gonna fundamentally just like, you know, rewrite history in a way that we just think, you know, we believe it is. I mean, you got like, you know, weird conspiracy, like chuckle fucks, QAnon or weirdos, the MAGA cult. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that whole, like, you can make headcanon for what you want has already been a thing. It's always lame shit. Yeah. Which is why it disappoints me that, like, you know, the fucking, you know, weird conspiratorial shit that, like, some people have, especially from the MAGA cult. I mean, you can't deny their conspiracies are a little fucking, like, out there and pretty impressive, and I kind of wish they were real. But, unfortunately, it's just like, no. It just ain't the case. The real headcanon is shit, so we need to rewrite it a little bit. It's okay. Just gotta embrace it. Just gotta do it in a way that's actually beneficial for people. Instead of like some agriculture shit. Which is not speaking of rich, but it is at least, you know, looking at someone who is a rich fuck. And a piece of utter fuck. I'm pretty sure this has made its rounds, but I haven't seen it yet. I don't know how utterly disgustingly villainous this piece of fucking billionaire shit is. But I guarantee I'm gonna want him directly launched into the core of the Earth, you know, at the, you know, like all the way down to the magma core, dude. I'm pretty sure that's how I'm gonna feel. Just gonna put that right out there. And you were thinking, why not the sun? It's too easy. I want him to, like, you know, fucking just, like, be, like, grounded into the dust and the dirt and the bedrock, you know, head first. Like, you know, he had, like, Superman just, like, grabbing him by his shoulder or, like, the cuff of his, you know, shirt, just, like, you know, just, like, you know, like a drill, just using his head as a drill. That I feel like that would be a little bit more memorable. Launching into the sun is too easy. It's like a launch and forget. It's like, I don't want to do that. I wish them juices space laser dump bugs. Man, I wish. But they're doing that to the Palestinians instead, so we'll just have to, you know, do some stuff to the government and make them switch sides and stuff like that. But anyway, here.
Okay, let's watch this fucking awful video now that I've been holding on to the entire day.
I think the problem that we've had is that we have...
This guy has, like, some weird Habsburg, like, weird fucking, like, royal blood phrenology going on, dude. Oh, God.
Decided they didn't really want to work so much anymore through COVID, and that has had a massive issue on productivity. You know, tradies have definitely pulled back on productivity. You know, they have been paid a lot to do not too much in the last few years, and we need to see that change. We need to see unemployment rise. Unemployment has to jump 40-50%, in my view. We need to see pain in the...
Unemployment needs to...
We need to see pain in the economy? How about we start with people like you fucking parasite? Oh yeah, we need to lay off more people. We need to make them suffer. I want to see actual pain, I say. You, oh my God. So, like, I mean, you actual fucking worm.
40-50% in my view. Yeah, how about we start with you, man? Just someone...
There's already been pain. Yeah, there's been nothing but pain for, like, since 08, if not longer.
To him and take all of his money. Please. I hate this shit so much. Because people say this about me because, like, of the things I fucking advocate for, where they're like, oh, eat the rich. Well, how about we start with you, jackass? And it's like...
Because you have, like, you know, a home. you know what they say, sharing is caring. Yeah. And we should share, you know, his blood by doing blood donations. And I know a very quick way that the French have used, you know, in the past, and when it comes to people like him that we can adopt. Not really going to say what it is, but I think you get the idea.
This is the real demon. And guess what? A lot of those people who portray...
It rhymes with billetine.
...as, like, kind-hearted and philanthropic individuals that make as much money as he does, or even more, have the exact same point of view. That you have to suffer, so you shut the fuck up and get back...
Now that you mention it, I do owe a favor to the Vampire Mafia. Yeah, so do I. I think we all kind of do a little bit. Especially these rich fucks. I mean, they owe them a lot, and I think we could, you know, repay our sins to the Vampire Mafia by making sure that we can all kind of collect the bounty for ourselves by doing it, you know, by getting these guys. So, yeah.
Shut the fuck up and get back to work. Stop complaining. You got.
And if not, then we're gonna have your unemployment at like 50% because pain is necessary in the economy. Suffer, peasants and serfs.
Many amenities.
It's like, hey, the aristocrats at certain points started to suffer a little bit, and I wonder why.
And now, because you got too many amenities, now you know your worth a little bit, and we need to fucking hurt you until you forget your worth.
Economy, we need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around. I mean, there's been a systematic change where employees feel the employer is extremely lucky to have them.
Because they are, and you are. Like, I'd like to see how your companies would do, you know, with, like, you know, 50-something% unemployment, you know, where, like, half of your fucking, like, productivity and workforce is just gone. Yeah, I'd like to see how that works out for you, you actual piece of scum.
As opposed to the other way around. So, it's a dynamic that has to change.
For the record,
it's a dynamic that has to change, even though it's already been like this, and we're slowly but surely getting ourselves into the Gilded Age, but, you know... We got to make sure to keep that going, and keep the pressure on. They're starting to realise that they can unionise and do all these other things and actualise their labour a little bit. We can't allow that. No, what I say. He sounds like such an aristocratic fucking piece of fucking shit, too. Like, he's like literally what I imagine like some fat cat British, like, you know, railroad baron to fucking sound like or some shit. Like, yeah, I'll shout out what, yeah, bit. His difference, pencil-necked blockhead. A company for the most part can function fine without some soul-sucking parasite and make way too much money at the top. Yeah, exactly. While the, you know, workers on the ground are the ones that actually make the fucking company function. Like, people like me are the reason why grocery stores fucking function, like Safeway, for example. And motherfuckers like, you know, like the IE tech support, you know, for, like, Microsoft or some shit. The reason why, like, Microsoft, you know, kind of exists outside the game developers and shit like that. And, you know, all that, right? So it's like, I mean, these pencil-pushing, like, worthless little fucks, you know, have no worth or value, you know, to the economy whatsoever. Outside of, you know, how much they could leech off of it. And yet they want to, you know, try to, you know, put pain and suffering on, like, everyone else below them because, oh, they realize that the dynamic has changed a little bit. We can't allow that. No, what I say. Can we, like, exile him to the Sentinel Island? Like, honestly. You know what? Like, that's actually what we should do to the rich fucks. Either give him a Titan submersible or, like, send him to the Sentinel Islands or something. Be like, hey, you know, try to, like, enlighten, you know, the Sentinelese, you know, on the ideas and virtues of capitalism. See how they react to that.
I think unemployment needs to jump by 50%. So if it's, like, 2%, it goes up by 1%. You know what I mean? That's what he's saying. But even then, it's, like, so fucking gross. Which, by the way, I just want you to understand something. Okay?
Most people don't even know what jobs actually do under them beyond, like, what CEO Papa John's, what do your workers make pizza and give them to people. Yeah. I mean, you know, the whole, like, Undercover Boss show, for example, I mean, it's mostly, like, you know, weird, stupid bullshit propaganda. But so many times do these weird undercover bosses have literally no fucking idea on what they're doing. They don't know how the fucking workplace operates. And basically have to be taught by someone who's been there for a long fucking time to actually, like, you know, like, run things and actually know how to fucking do the goddamn job. It's, like, it's so fucking ridiculous.
Dude, that he's demonstrating here was first demonstrated and implemented, or, I mean, every neoliberal economist believes what he's saying. They just don't say it out loud, usually, unless they're sitting across from fucking, like, Jon Stewart, who basically draws it out of them. Okay, and or they're Alan Greenspan and they just say it voluntarily. Okay, and if you find this to be, you know, slimy and cretinous, you're absolutely correct. But you should remember that your boss probably also, if he has enough knowledge on how the economy is supposed to work, also believes this.
Oh, they definitely do.
We've got to kill that attitude, and that has to come through hurting the economy, which is what the whole global, you know, the world is trying to do. The governments around the world are trying to increase unemployment.
This is the guy who started the millennial.
It's trying to, what? Dude, this guy is like a fucking weird right-wing, like, fucking conspiratorial freak, too, isn't he? Like, who the fuck is this psychopath? Like, who is this weird Habsburg phrenology royal, like, bloodline freak demon, dude? Like, who the fuck is this actual inhuman parasite? Like, this is just, like, literally, like, some cockroach that decided to take the form of a human by skin grafting some human sacrifice at some point.
Afford houses because they buy too much avocado toast. Millionaire tells millennials, if you want a house, stop buying avocado toast. Is real.
Oh, I remember this article. I think DFF might have, you know, like, talked about this at one point. When was this? Was that have been, like... Wow, I'm actually surprised. It doesn't even say it anymore. Oh, it's over 6 years old. But yeah, like, I mean, I remember this one. It's like, hey, stop eating avocado toast, you millennials. Like, why don't you all just, like, quit doing that, you know, and being weird little, like, fucking bougie hippies at cafes and just, like, you know, work harder and just earn more money, bitch. It's like, what the fuck? And also, isn't avocado toast cheap? Like, I mean, isn't it, like, pretty inexpensive? It's bread and avocado. Like, I mean, like, how expensive is that?
Oh my god, he's a real estate mogul.
And he's a landlord. Mao was right, at least on that issue. Mao was right on landlords. Ain't denying that. I'm sorry. Cope.
I hate this fucking piece of shit. I hate him so fucking much. I can't say what I genuinely feel about him because I will get banned.
Hey. I feel you.
To get that to some sort of normality. And we're seeing it. I think every employer now is seeing it. I mean, there is definitely massive layoffs going off. People might not be talking about it, but people are definitely laying people off, and we're starting to see less arrogance in the employment market, and that has to continue because that will cascade across the cost balance.
What scares me is they actually believe it. They aren't just selfish per se. Well, I mean, technically, if you think capitalism is the best way to operate, if it's the best social, political, economic organization of society, then, like, yeah, you agree with this. He's not wrong. Every capitalist should agree with this. It's just that most people who think they love capitalism don't agree with this because they recognize how ghoulish it is. It's the difference between being like, oh, I love the Republican Party, you know, they would never, like, I love the Republican Party, the abortion stuff is whatever, versus, like, living in a world where the Republican Party has been able to dismantle abortion protections by way of the Supreme Court. At that certain, like, you're giving the game away at that point. You've given the game away. Everybody knows what you're doing. It just sounds like a business plan for people who are failures in business. So silly.
I mean, I wish it was. But a lot of these, you know, fucking, you know, mega corporations, you know, kind of, in a way, benefit from this type of shit. It's either, like, you know, get to work and be obedient, or just fuck off and die, basically. I mean, it's kind of like their fucking position with this type of shit. I mean, like, it's, as much as, you know, you would think it wouldn't be a, like, shoot themselves in the knee, it really isn't, because the government, you know, in a way subsidizes the corporations way more when it comes to shit like this, with, like, subsidies and different bailouts, you know, way more so than the average common person when it comes to this.
He's saying,
like, the, you know, average person gets, like, the bare fucking minimal when it comes to things like unemployment or, you know, some other form of social welfare, but when it comes to, like, the corporations, they get a golden parachute.
I think the average chud hates this shit but loves capitalism, so it's this weird cognitive dissonance. Exactly.
Yep.
Okay? That is precisely the point. That is it. You've nailed it. The entire media ecosystem and every facet of education, every part of your identity that you form through reacting to external stimuli makes sure that the human part of you that fucking has a visceral gut reaction to this fucking demon never puts two and two together. That is capitalist dogma. Okay?
I mean, it's just basically capitalist realism in a nutshell. The idea that, like, you know, the system and the paradigm that we have is just, like, all, you know, that we have, and, like, we can't really do much better outside of just, like, tweak things as it is around the edges, and that's all we can do, you know, like, capitalism is just like, you know, it rains and that's what it is, so what? Oh well, can't do much about it. Can't, you know, think of anything beyond that.
You hear this and you go, this is gross, what a fucking piece of shit. And you never realize that what he is saying is the truth. What he's saying is not new, what he's saying is not unique. It is something that many in positions of power have said.
And especially during the Gilded Age. Like, this is, like, you know, a pretty common trope, you know, amongst, you know, people within the Gilded Age when it came to the robber barons. That's why they had the company towns, because, like, hey, you either be an obedient fucking serf to the company, or you get exiled and kicked out and literally evicted out of the fucking company town and shit. And you basically hope that maybe some other fucking corporation owning a company town down the road, you know, might, you know, take you in and be a fucking serf and a slave there. I mean, it's just like, I mean, that's basically, like, the whole, like, you know, root of the true truth of it. They don't care if, like, the unemployment rate for them is, like, you know, at 50-something fucking percent. They'll still be able to make a profit and just, like, you know, grind, you know, everyone else down, like, fucking, you know, meals and, you know, fucking rocks and shit, and just replace them accordingly, because they know that, you know, those type of people are expendable in a way, and they don't give a shit. That's how they treat it.
As I've told you, Alan fucking Greenspan, this is literally neoliberalism 101, okay? It's just that this dumbass is giving the game away and openly telling you that you have to be brutal. The government must implement the hurt, okay? Because then you'll know your place as a peasant in society.
I guarantee you this guy is probably like a hardcore like Republican GOP advocate too as well.
This is how it works.
Maybe not in the social sense, but at least, you know, in the unfettered, brutalistic, you know, capitalist sense, that's for sure.
The cognitive dissonance comes from associating what this guy says with crony capitalism and not capitalism. No, most people can't make that distinction. Most people don't know that distinction. That's for, like, more educated dumbasses, who at least are still trying to...
The less dumbasses.
The inherent contradictions that's baked into capitalism. And that's their cop-out solution to that. No, most people don't even think. They just go, oh, this guy, what a demon, what a ghoul. Also, capitalism is awesome, and socialists are fucking bloodthirsty demons. They're the real ones that will do a concentration of power at the top.
Because those are the ones that are the real demons, and people like this are the actual socialists, I tell you what, because I'm a brain-dead moron.
And make sure everyone is poor. Ugh, I wanted it, it's just so gross. Yeah, he also actually says the governments are all over, are implementing the hurt, or at least private businesses are implementing the hurt with mass layoffs right now. They've taken it upon themselves. Yeah, his fucking five head. Here, let's look at this idiot with another idiotic take.
We are coming into a new reality where first home buyers, second home buyers, and a lot of people won't own a house in their lifetime. That is just the reality of where we're going.
You think that young people have now got the prospect of never owning a home?
Is this a British 60 Minutes? Ugh. And oh my god, why does this guy look like some weird secret, like, botched, like, attempt of, like, you know, like, the weird, like, fucking Aryan mystical, like, fucking man or something, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, the weird hair, his fucking weird, like, this guy is not a fucking human being, dude.
Absolutely, when you're spending $40 a day on smashed avocado and coffees and not working. Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
$40 on what? Who's spending $40 on coffee, you fucking weirdo? Besides people like you like, absurd fucking, like, detached fucking freak.
Is this guy trying to get killed? Like, is that what he's doing? Oh my god.
Well, I hope so.
I take it back.
It's just a thought? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there.
Well, actually, I was gonna say, this is what happens. You can run your mouth like this if you live in a country where there's no guns, Australia. But then I realized...
Oh, he's a fucking Aussie? Well, hey, then honestly it makes it easier to, you know, just like exile him to Sentinel Island. So he's closer to it. So, you know what? Hey, it wouldn't cost that much. And the cost and the damage that this motherfucker's done would honestly not even make up for it. But hey, you know what? You know, put a couple cameras, you know, get a GoPro on his ass, you know, hey. It'll at least be entertaining.
Where there are maximum guns, and the only people that get killed are just like innocent civilians in the crossfire. You know what I mean? It's never like a dude like this that gets killed with a gun. It's always like random fucking students at school because some
or black people because a fucking neo-Nazi is like unhinged and does a shooting.
I did that, like their teacher or their principal or their school or I don't know, the fucking place that they used to work at is the real responsible party, like the fucking Walmart that you used to work at as a manager. You know what I mean?
David, why does he have to live in a place where we all exile people to? I know, dude. I mean, that's just kind of unfortunate. That's why, you know, honestly, Sentinel Island. Just, you know, exile them there. Because there's already a bunch of weird foo-foo head, you know, motherfuckers that want to try to enlighten the people there, like Christians especially, and, well... we kind of know the result of what happens to them.
So no, more guns doesn't equal more polite society. Once again, proven.
No shit.
Broy has never seen avocados. $10 for 10. 10 for $10 is Safeway. Hopefully he steps on a snake when walking, when he's bushwalking or some shit.
Or a spider bites his fucking foot and he dies of spider poisoning.
I had my first business
or spider venom.
I was in the gym at 6 a.m. in the morning and I finished it.
To get the people there to accept Jesus Christ in their hearts. Yeah, well, yeah, there's been stories of, like, Christian, like, you know, missionaries that have literally tried to illegally go to the island and circumnavigate the Indian, like, Coast Guard and the government, you know, that protects the island and, you know, tries to prevent people from trying to fuck with them. And they basically, you know, before they even get to the fucking shores of that island, those people will literally fire arrows and try to kill you. So, like, before you even get to set foot on the island, they'll literally try to kill you. And there's, like, a Christian missionary a couple years back that tried to do that. And, yeah, DFF actually covered the story I'm talking about, where, like, some Christian missionary went to the island and literally got killed by getting a bunch of arrows, you know, shoved into him. You know, they started shooting bow and arrows at him, and like a few of them hit him in the fucking chest, and then at some point one of them hit him right in the fucking heart, and he just died before he even got to shore. I think his body rolled up to shore at one point, and they just like fucking, you know, started gutting it with a fucking spear, just like, you know, and all that shit, and walked away just to ensure he died. And then they just left him there, and eventually, like a high tide, kind of drifted back to shore, and they were able to recover his body or something. But yeah, it was a fucking idiot, and it was a Darwin Award winner. So that's what I'm saying. Just exile these rich fucks over to the island. Just drop them off, you know, offshore, and don't tell them it's Sentinel Island. By the time they, you know, try to get to shore, they just get shot an arrow in the eye or in the neck or something, and there you go.
At night, and I did it 7 days a week, and I did it till I could afford my first home. And
wait, what?
You know, I finished at 10:30 at night, and I did it 7 days a week, and I did it.
I literally walked endlessly doing 7-day-a-week shifts, which I guarantee you is bullshit. He's lying. Fucking liar.
And, you know, there was no discussions around could I go out for breakfast or could I go out for dinner or whatever it was. I just worked.
So what you're saying is you're a bit more driven than some of the people in the current generation.
Look, I wouldn't say that they're not driven. I just think that the media and the current environment and lifestyle changes has definitely changed the next generation. I think it's very dangerous. I think it's dangerous for the
fucking what?
Economy. I think
you have to literally be a cog in the machine and work endlessly, 7 days, no breaks, no nothing. You have no breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's what you have to do. I say, what you want, mate? Oh yeah, I fucking can't. You and just shut and you know, quit bitching and just do nothing but work all day. Yeah, by work he means he sat in his office, you know, doing cocaine all day and getting blowjobs from random prostitutes that he unsolicitedly, you know, like coerced into fucking them.
Dangerous for the ambitions of owning property, and I think the problem.
Dangerous for the ambitions of owning property. 35-year-old executive then offered a point of comparison. Okay, what's up? What's happening with this guy? What did he do? How did he make his money?
Probably mail hookers.
I know he did real estate.
Yeah, probably.
You don't fucking start off with real estate when you don't have capital. How did he get the first infusion of cash? Like, how rich are his parents is the real question I'm asking here. He looks like racist Megamind.
You got it
$4 grand to kickstart the project, and Mr. Gerner spent 4 weeks renovating the space while getting his gym license by correspondence. Within 6 months, the place was pumping. Melbourne developer Tim Gerner took a punt on a suburban gym and built a property empire. It all started with a lease on a tiny gym in Melbourne, suburb of Elwood. On many Gen Y.
So he was like a gym bro who invested in a gym, and he just built a gigantic like landlord real estate empire off of that. Oh my god. Okay, I can already tell where this guy. Yeah, this guy is like a weird like hustle grind set Andrew Tate wannabe fucking piece of shit who's like a mega ultra unfettered brutal capitalist. Like, instead of being a misogynist pig dog. What? What, you little butt? Like, instead of being that, which I guarantee you is anyway, like, I mean, he's just like, you know, takes all that energy into like a capitalistic brutalism, basically. He harnesses that energy into that instead. Like I said, he probably does, like, you know, the, like, I'll beat your ass, you know, you dumb bitch, if you don't fuck my dick, or some shit. Like, I guarantee he does shit like that, you know, but it's not necessarily his main forte. His main forte is like that hustle grind set, bro. Gotta get the bagot, I tell you what.
He scraped together a deposit of their first home. Tim Gerner's making millions. Oh, God, I hate him. I saw an opportunity and took over the lead.
You know what? Like, this weird idea that, like, those damn aliens, you know, from Mexico are the aliens. Nah, this motherfucker be the alien, dude. We're just looking at the wrong places.
I didn't even know what I was doing, to be totally honest, but it was a really good opportunity, a really good spot. His grandfather gave him 34 grand to kickstart the project, and Mr. Gerner spent 4 weeks renovating.
Oh, there it is. He got a bunch of fucking money from Granddaddy. Oh, well, there we go. I got a small loan of 34 grand from my daddy. I tell you what there, mate. Oh, I see what happened there. Okay, that explains a lot. Like, I mean, granted, it's not exactly a huge number, but, I mean, hey, it was enough to kick off a fucking parasitical and fucking, like, unfettered brutalist piece of shit, you know, for a fucking capitalist, so, I mean, it was enough to do the trick.
Yeah. After running the gym for another year, Mr. Gerner offered it for sale to one of his competitors, and then they took it straight away. It was a really good first little business. Armed with the business.
So he made an extra fucking profit selling it to a competitor. This shows the whole idea that like capitalism breeds competition is bullshit. Like it literally is fucking a myth, dude. Like I mean maybe on a small business level, but even then not really. Because this guy, you know, bought a gym, so he technically started as a small business owner, but he, you know, like, but this just kind of shows that like even in that level it's just bullshit. Like I mean that idea is genuinely a fucking myth. Because, like, these motherfuckers are in cahoots, you know? Like, it's like, oh, yeah, I'll let you absorb and buy, you know, my little small business, you know, and get a major profit for myself, and then I can make, you know, bigger ventures and make my own conglomerate corporation, real estate business and shit off of that. Like, I mean, it's, like, they're all in fucking bed with this shit. Like, I mean, it's not like some fucking, like, you know, little, like, secret at this point. I mean, they just do this shit openly at this rate.
MIT, Mr. Gerner did a brief.
And this is in Australia where this motherfucker, you know, was popping off. So it's like, obviously, it just shows that they're suffering from the same goddamn problems that we do when it comes to this shit. Which, if anything, I'm pretty sure they're just as bad when it comes to stuff like this a little bit. I mean, if anything, especially when it comes to, like, you know, social views, they're pretty conservative down there. So, yeah, I mean, Australia isn't necessarily like the, you know, most, you know, popping place for progressivism. I mean, it's there for sure, but it's not like you have to undermine that, you know, that work is not being done, because it certainly is. But I mean, it's, you know, Australia's definitely got its quirks.
Going to work for veteran developer Maury Schwartz at Pan Urban, where he worked on several award-winning projects in Melbourne and was promoted to director with a 30% shareholding in the company. When financing became tight after the global financial crisis, Mr. Schwartz decided to focus on his publishing business. Mr. Gerner threw everything he had in the Urban Inc., the development company.
This guy just sounds like an Australian Bezos.
He co-founded with Danny Siama in 2005. In a time of economic turmoil, it was a gamble that paid dividends. For property in Melbourne, it was a boom market because everyone moved out of the stock market. Mr. Gerner said, finance was obviously very hard, but we were selling apartments really, really well. Finance, turning away from big developments towards boutique, high-end projects would prove to be a winning move. After splitting with Mr. Siama, Mr. Gerner founded his eponymous brand in 2013, and from there, it's been a crazy ride. Company now has 5,000 apartments on the go, worth a combined $2.7 billion. Capitalizing on the demographic shift that has seen increasing numbers of families and young professionals wanting to live close to the city. Many of them priced out of buying a house. The focus is on in-demand suburbs in Melbourne and Brisbane. Doesn't matter if you earned it legitimately or not. What matters is class position and class violence and wages. No, dude. I know that.
Man, you fucking slackers. Say she's starting a business. I tell you what there, y'all bloody cunts. Hell, I saw one myself. I'll even explain how, mate. I came on the idea to sell flavored socks. I got a small amount of money from my parents, not much, like $5 or $6 million, something like that. But it's chunk change, I tell you what, that might. And then I decided to hire some illegal immigrants, and even though they didn't deserve it, and they probably should have been nothing more than fucking slave-stuffed peasants as far as I gave a shit, because, you know, didn't earn their fucking cape by as far as I gave a damn bumble fucking shit, that might. And now I'm earning 46 figures, I'll tell you what. It's easy. Just get on that grind set down, mate. You bloody cunt. Quit being a bitch. Like the little Aussie flare that inside out that.
I know that it was not just... What? You were mentioned... Oh. At Betelgeuse. I thought, video of this guy when he was younger.
I've been asking if I've been lifting heaps lately. I don't know how to tell you guys this. I've never stopped. I would never stop lifting heaps.
What the fuck is going on here? Yeah, he was definitely doing a lot of cocaine.
Heaps of my life. They are the reason that I wake up and eat brekkie every day, and the reason I just eat absolutely massive.
I mean, honestly, I feel like this is just honestly more to his true form. Like, what type of, like, what in the fuck?
truckfuls of kilos of chicken breast anytime I can. So if you're wondering if I'm still lifting,
Testing in there.
I wouldn't be alive if I wasn't lifting, mates. Because lifting is life. They're the same thing.
Oh my god, he is literally one of these like hustle grind set gym bros, dude. Oh my god, lifting is law, I say. Jesus Christ. I hope it gets flattened in a kangaroo stampede.
Oh, don't you eat brekkie? I'm doing in a minute fast.
God, I ate some brekkie. What the fuck is brekkie, dude?
Fuck the Aussie housing market. It's impossible to buy anywhere reasonable without entering crazy debt. And anywhere you can buy is a doctor's apartment in a building that falls apart in 10 years. Yeah, I don't get it. Like,
hey, sounds like America. And Canada, too. Huh, sounds like a lot of places are suffering from this problem. Oh, I wonder why that is. Couldn't be like the massive like landlord real estate problem.
It says he spent 34 grand renovating a place. Where did he get that first place? It just says he took it over. Where did he get that capital, the first capital? Yeah, it didn't answer my fucking...
Yeah, the kind of, yeah, I mean, honestly, I guarantee he's probably had a lot more money than that 34 grand, too. I mean, Trump lied about his, like, small loan of $1 million. So, I mean, these motherfuckers, you know, lie all the time when it comes to shit like this.
Answer my question. Like, how did he take over a lease with 34 grand? His grandfather gave him 34 grand to kickstart the project. Probably nepotism via the actual money, but also connections. The owner was in bankruptcy.
I mean, he definitely has some connections for sure. I mean, he sold to a competitor, then worked for somebody else for a while and got, you know, up in the ranks. Called fairy bread. It's not exciting as it sounds. It's just buttered bread with sprinkles. They're weird. Dude, we need to, like, I mean, they're kind of like almost like a little baby brother of America, but they still got a little bit of that Britishness that they need to address. Like, same Canada. Like, there's still, like, some British bullshit that's been left over that they need to address, and we need to be there to, you know, fix that for them.
Likely.
Wait, what are you looking for? What are you doing?
I'm getting the trash out, so it's...
don't worry about it. Jesus Christ.
How did he buy a gym business for 34K? Banks won't let you take a mortgage.
I was looking for this.
34K. There's that too. But I guess he had a co-sign. He probably put his grandparents or his dad as a way as like a co-owner on the lease.
Fredbear can also use margarine. Margarine? Ew.
Actually get it.
Gross.
There's a chance that like with 34 grand as a loan, a bank is going to be like, yeah, sure, take over this fucking property. What? Dude, NY breaking? Rich Lister said employees should remember their work for their boss, not the other way around. We need to see pain in the economy. Gurner said at the Australian Financial Review's Poverty Summit on Tuesday. We need to. It
was a poverty summit.
People that they work for the employer and not.
It's like, hey, at this poverty summit, we need to remind everybody that poverty is what brings good shit, and we need to have more pain in poverty. Like, what the fuck, bro? Oh my god, dude, this guy is just a fucking alien demon, dude.
A 50% increase from the current unemployment rate of 3.7% to 5.6% would see 260.
And to give these kids the parties, oh my god, that's a war crime. That's actually a war crime. That might be worse than beans on toast. Sick bastards, I say.
The jobs. Tim Gurner, the 40-year-old CEO of Gurner Group, said the COVID pandemic has changed the attitude of many of the jobs. We need to see pain in the economy. I don't know. I hate this. I fucking hate this. I hate this so much. Megaphonics, shut the fuck up. I know who won the puzzle, okay? It's Morgan. We talked about it earlier. Tradies have certainly reduced productivity. They've paid a lot in recent years not to do much, and we need to see that change. Why is it not explaining how he fucking made his money? Millennials to stop wasting money on avocado?
Because he probably, did so illegally. He probably did a bunch of, like, backroom corrupt fraud dealing and shit like that, and tax evasion shit. Probably that.
If they want to buy...
So it's more under the radar.
House... Is comment spark outrage among Generation Y with many...
See it? This actually has flavor. It's German chocolate. Enjoy. Wait, where is it? You didn't even send... I don't see no damn chocolate.
Mr. Gurner was only successful because his grandfather lent
him 34 grand. Hey, Sukov, what are you doing? Get back here.
The multimillionaire hit back claiming it was wrong that he was given help to get into the property market. His first investment property was a flat his boss bought for 180 grand in Melbourne, St. Kilda. He said he was offered to do renovation work while his boss doled out the money. I spent every night on my hands and knees sacking back the floors, painting, renovating, and working on the house. When we sold it, I used a small 12 grand profit to buy my next property. How? How did he fucking buy a property for 12 grand?
If he
used 12 grand plus a $1,000 loan from his grandfather to borrow $150,000 to buy a gym. There's no way they're giving this
yeah, that has flavor.
Fucking brokey with 12 grand and then another extra 34 that is not even his own money that he scrounged up a down payment, a fucking $150,000 loan to buy a gym.
What's your favorite kind of cake? Probably German chocolate cake or like a lemon cake. Like a lemon zest cake. One of those two.
180K property.
Probably a lemon.
Easy then with 12K. No
Coconut's
shot.
underrated. Oh yeah, coconut cake. Oh yeah, that should be pretty fucking fire.
No. He probably put his fucking granddad or his dad as a co-signer on the property. There's no fucking shot. At the age of 19, guys, I bought a fucking house. I know what it takes to be able to purchase anything, okay? With help from a bank. I have a mortgage. You are fucking out of your mind. Also,
yeah, I guarantee you this guy probably at least had a lot more help, you know, as like co-signer or something like that. So like more, oh, there's more clips of this guy? Yeah, we'll skip. See what else, you know, this fucking piece of shit said before.
Specifically off of the real estate market. Of it all, okay?
From home in Melbourne and Melbourne East and Prahran and Alexandra and Sydney, and it's just not sustainable or realistic.
So what you're saying is our big cities, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane to a certain extent, we're almost becoming like European cities, where people may rent for...
Most people can't save 12K and invest it all, let's be real. Yeah, that too.
I mean, no shit. And I like how this guy's saying that, like, oh, housing is so expensive, it's not sustainable, and blah, blah, blah. But, like, oh, we need more poverty. I mean, we need more, like, people, like, suffering and more pain in the economy, though. Like, I mean, that's kind of a contradiction, isn't it? Like, I mean, which is it? Like, I mean, is housing unsustainable and thus we need to uplift people more? Or should they be suffering and in pain more? Like, which is it?
Obviously. And
like, it's basically saying, let it get worse. Fuck it.
Avocado
makes me more rich.
Oops. Oh, simply because they can't afford to buy in those cities.
Oh, absolutely. I think we're almost there now. I mean, I think people are talking about a housing affordability crisis right now. You wait 2 or 3 years when the shock and awe of the last 12 months of no supply, prices are going to jump again and they're going to continue to move. The only thing that gives me a little bit of comfort is the fact that parents have inherited gigantic wealth. The baby boomers have gone and we have created this incredible wealth throughout the baby boom.
Huh, I wonder why that happened. Could it be because they actually had, like, you know, power in their labor and actually had, like, you know, better voice, you know, when it came to their work and shit, were able to actually sustain themselves and be able to afford vacation time and stuff like that? Like, could it be that?
Everyone's talking about
dumb fuckers like you have robbed.
Housing crises and unaffordable.
Oh, never mind. This guy has a brilliant solution for the current housing crisis, which is...
Why say he doesn't look that old? Yeah, because he's like 40-something.
Your rich parents will die, and then you'll get inheritance that you can buy a house with. Got it. Yeah. Dude, I love rich people because, like, their fucking ideas for fixing societal problems is never through government intervention, which, of course, would hurt his profit margins, obviously. But it's through magical solutions like... One, having rich parents who fucking die and leave you all this money.
Pretty much.
The realistic fact is there is this incredible amount of wealth that has been created and is sitting with the baby.
Unless there's a lot of work done. Oh, he definitely has had a lot of work done.
That will be passed down. There is going to be a transition of wealth in the next 20 to 30 years, which will...
Yeah, up to the tippy top to people like you. I mean, it can be going down to the next, you know, coming generations, you know, of, like, working class folk and shit, because motherfuckers have, like, you have robbed everyone of that. You actual fucking demon worm.
Buy their own home. But I think some sort of measure now, some sort of government incentive to encourage parents to be...
No government handouts unless that's to do with tax bailouts for people like me.
around money earlier.
I won't bailouts for someone like me, but not for the working class serfs and all the peasants and shit.
I hate this guy. The transfer won't happen in the USA due to healthcare and nursing home costs? Yes. There is a very large sector of, what is it called, like gerontocratic care or something? Like, there is a growing...
Henceforth, you shall be known as Lord Fortnite the Third.
sector that is also farming. Geriatric care, not gerontocratic, sorry. Gerontocracy is what our Congress is. Geriatric care.
Oh, you can't blame it on the witch. I mean, it's not all of us. It's all you peasants that want to ask for more and more. I mean, this is like all the stuff that your parents did, you know, will be inherited to you because they happen to be rich folks and stuff. Like mine, right?
But it's not just geriatric care. Palliative care, is that I think that's the right word. Palliative care? Yeah.
What the fuck is it trying to say?
End of life care is what I'm talking about. Just insanely expensive way to just take that supposed wealth transfer that is supposed to happen and directly line up the pockets of another sector and its executives. I know we should be kind to individuals and ruthless to institutions, but I admit I'm hating this guy severely. Yeah, if there was any sort of karmic justice, like, this guy would suffer every single day of his fucking life.
Hey, give him a free trip to the Titanic with one of the Titan submersibles.
But there is no justice.
Not for motherfuckers like that, unless we give him a Titan sub. Or just send him to the Sentinel Islands, like, you know, like I was saying from earlier. One to two. I'm definitely kind of thinking on the latter, because they're probably more likely to kind of feel the pain and suffering for a little bit. The Titan submersible thing is a little too instantaneous. They won't even acknowledge the pain because of what happens too quick, so... Meh. Sukov, oh my lord, you little butt. I know, what the hell? Little traitor.
No, you just like the fact that I'm doing garbage right now.
Oh, little goofball. Lives in Australia, something's bound to give him eventually. Oh yeah, something. Like, 99% of the fucking, like, wildlife and shit in Australia is deadly as fuck, so yeah, there's gonna be, you know... It's gonna be an opportunity. Are you not whining? Oh, really? Oh my god, what a weird little butt. Dude, that dog is a little butt, dude. Wow. It's like, no! I want to follow you. Oh my god, your goofy little face. Good fucking lord. What a goober. What a little punk. Aye, aye, aye. Anyway. Yeah, I think I at least get this last little bull cash out and probably call it good for the evening and all that fun shit. Have little ebbs and flows, ups and downs, and all that fun shit for the evening. Funny stuff, horrible shit, but all sorts of fun, you know, good stuff, you know, kind of lighten things up, and then Zukov being a little butt in the background. A gross Zukov. Yeah, indeed, little bitch. What is with you? You been a little angsty a little bitch tonight. Everyone whenever it's Australian with a crippling fear of British people and British person with definitely afraid of Australian, what would happen if they met? They would probably just run away from each other. I mean, they're not like America, you know, where they would just like shoot them off sight. Like they're just gonna run away and be like, oh god, oh no. Or the Australian would probably be more likely to run at him with a machete or something, but I mean, probably not. They'd probably just run away. They're like, oh shit, I ain't gonna fault that. British person's like, I'm too much of a little pussy, you little bitch. You know, the handle that, fault that, mate. It's like cat seeing himself in the mirror. Yeah, pretty much. Or like two dogs barking at each other at a gate, and you know, when you open the gate, they just kind of like fuck off from each other and walk away. Apparently Mitt Romney joined a BLM protest in 2020. Oh my god, really? There he is. Oh my god, dude. What a weird fuck. Oh my lord. What a goober. And, you know, he's not going to be running for Senate anymore, so I think his political career is just over now. He's probably just going to be some weird corporate insider or some shit at this point. Which, I mean, pretty much already was, but now he's certainly just going to keep at it. Man, what a weirdo. That guy's just always been a fucking weirdo. We need a mandatory retirement age of 75. I was gonna say 65. Bruh! The fuck is your deal? What is up with you? Basically Romney.
That's just great. Thanks to you, I missed a moment of television history.
Well, now you know how George W. Bush felt when he showed up in Vietnam. All right, let's do this. Let's kick some ass.
George, the war is over.
What?
Yeah, it's done.
Get out of here. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I just got your messages. And I'm sorry.
George, it's been over for a while.
Really?
Yeah, it's 1981.
It's, wow. Oh, so I'm way late. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, you want to do something else?
I got some blow.
Son of a bitch, took you this long to tell me. Break it out, man.
Well, also there's like some of that Vietnamese, you know, marijuana too. But yeah, pretty much. A little late to the charade, but hey, you know. I suppose he got the spirit, I think. Not really. He definitely doesn't. He's just doing it for clout. I like how Nobia just like charges in. It's like, oh yeah, let's liberate this place from communists. It's like, that was a long time ago. Juice strike again. Alright, let me last little thing I'm looking at. I'll take his hit and the method of a do. Jews single-handedly developed atomic bombs, invented gay people, migrants, and military. Jews' contributions to society. The 4 images. The atomic bomb. Yeah, migrants, gay people, and what? The military? Yeah, what? Jews, according to anti-Semites, are weak, inferior, genetically, culturally, but also white people are semi-constantly taking fat losses in every imaginable area in society. I mean, it's just a Nazi fascist talking point of like your enemies are weak but strong at the same time. And that I don't even get it. Damn Jews making atomic bombs, migrants and queer people and militaries. Those bastards. Like, dude. Nazis. Not once. Never once. What are you getting into? Okay, I gotta deal with this dog. This dog's mainly goober. But, anyway. Let's call it good for the lovely rest of the evening. Wait, hold on. What are you gonna do? Drug top bombers? Yeah. What you gonna do about that? Sue us? You know what? Maybe I will. You fucking goof. What is with you? But anyway, I'll at least call it good for the rest of the night, so I'll pay this out, and of course, I'm back on for the next one, so a toodaloo, buckaroos.